What's going on, everybody? Hope 186 back again with the Overrated Podcast, episode 105. I am your co-host, Hoovy 186, and with me today, obviously, is Traditionalist 101. What's going on, man?
All right. Traditionalist 101 is here, and I knew you was going to play the same intro again.
What are you
Because
talking about?
I thought we were going to alternate, but you decided to stick with yours.
I didn't. I thought I played the other intro yet last week.
No, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's no big deal. At the end of the day, it's still a cool intro, so it's cool. It's cool. But yeah,
You want to
but don't worry, we could do it next week. And I just also wanted to mention that you do need to fix the intro by because you can still see a little bit of our screen on the far right. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I know, but I can't do nothing about it unless like Randy's the one that has to fix the he's the one that has to fix the aspect ratio of the video.
Oh, you can't do it?
No.
Hmm. Okay. I thought
I'll what I'll do, I'll send him the dimensions and then we'll see where we go from here. But yeah, we'll see where we go from there. But yeah. So that is the Overrated Podcast. So what do you do this weekend?
let's see. So man, it was Saturday was not really a good day for me because obviously I had to work and
You have background noise, by the way.
what do you hear?
I hear something.
Um, hmm. It's probably the phone ringing. Do you still hear it?
Right now, no.
Well, I know the phone is I know I can hear the phone ring. Maybe that's what you're hearing. I'm not really sure, but
Mhm.
let me know if you hear it again. So, because I do have the fan running to cool my to cool the the computer. So
Mhm.
just let me know if it gets too loud or whatnot. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So I had to work. Had to help my buddy out, Gohan, and he asked me if I could help him, and I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. I mean, I'll help him. And for some reason I was just so tired. My gosh, I was so tired after that. So I didn't really do much. I just went home, rest, edits, some of the videos. I'm pretty sure you noticed the videos that I posted.
Mhm.
And yeah, it looks like that has been I've been more consistent of at least posting at the very least one video per day. I
Yeah.
think I posted two yesterday, and it looks like it's been paying off despite of you only wanting to do one podcast per week. I was actually able to figure out how I can compensate with that, and I'm able to do that by just posting little clips here and there of our podcast, from for each day of the week, and it's been paying off. It's been working, and on Sunday, and we'll get back to the podcast real quick, but on Sunday, all I did is, let me see, went to church. I had a little meeting, and I also had to do more videos, like edit it, more videos. So I mean, it was Sunday was the only day that I enjoyed. As far as Saturday, no, not really. But yeah, how about
No, you
yours?
got rest. That's all that matters. Sometimes it's okay to just have a day of just rest. Especially when you work during the week. This is a day off just to rest and relax and stuff like that. That's all. That's nothing wrong with that. As for me, I didn't really do much. I did buy a microwave today, which is
Okay, that's good news.
yeah, because the one that I had before not work. I feel like this is like the third or fourth microwave I bought in the last 6 years. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
A new and improved microwave. Cool.
hmm I don't know if it's improved, but it was the cheapest one there. So
Oh yeah, you going to your cheapness again.
hmm
Uh, and today, how was your day today? Anything interesting?
No, nothing really. Yeah, nothing really. Just just trying to relax after a weekend of working and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's just all good. But you did mention the podcast. Now, for those of you who are new to the show, if you're watching right now, we have had a influx of I guess, new subscribers, right? And new, I mean, a bunch of people watching our videos. It's been very good. So, if you are new to the channel, I do have a we do have the link. I'll put the link to the Discord. Let's see, where can I? I'll put it in the chat if you haven't there, and I do have the link underneath my name. So, or if you just go on Discord, search "overrated podcast," and you should find it there also. But yeah, man, we're doing good things, man. Doing good things, man. I do give you credit for doing the editing of the videos and stuff like that, especially the turtles one. I thought that was really good. David,
Uh,
what's going on, bro?
are you are you only saying the turtle one is good because of the background music?
Yeah, yeah. So
I knew it.
no,
I
no,
know.
but it's a good touch. Ruben, obviously, thank you for watching. Nolan, thank you for watching, bro. Thank you guys for being here. And obviously, Dave,
Shout
thank you
out
for
to all
being
you
here.
guys.
So,
Shout out to all you guys.
mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you
So
for
yeah,
the
yeah. So we've had a really an influx of different of new viewers, and the thing is that our first video that went to 1,000 views was actually the let me see if I can find the episode.
yeah. See if you can find it. So uh, definitely give people credit for that. And there's one that's actually close. There's another one that's
Yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah. Our latest videos have been getting our last two podcasts have gotten like a whole bunch of views. Um, let me see. Oh, sorry, let me get to it. Let's see. Yeah, our last episode is at 358 views.
hmm
That's the one with Kai Cenat and women's national team and all that stuff. The one before that, the got got about 232 views, and let me see. The one that's gotten our highest view count, 1.4K, is the episode. Let me see. Where's it? The thing is blocked. Hold on.
Is it
Sorry.
loading? Let me guess. It froze again.
No. One is our 101 episode.
Oh, okay.
That one's at 1 point. That's one at 1.4. What the? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got a stupid message right now. Hold on a second.
Oh, it's probably from me on the WhatsApp. My bad.
No. It's not you. Not you. That's not you. It's somebody else. Right. Whatever. Anyways. Yeah. So. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I just got like a really stupid message. I'm not responding to that. Fuck out of here.
Is it from someone we know?
No. It's someone I know. Unfortunately. Um.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
it
So yeah. So. Hmm?
from is it from the long debates we've been having on the Discord today? Is it that?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not that. It's just someone I know from work who I don't really like that much, but it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You
yeah.
don't you
So
don't you don't
hmm?
mind sharing? You don't mind sharing it?
I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but apparently she asked me for $25 for an Uber ride, and I'm like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. No, I'm
I mean,
good. Like,
give the poor gal some money, man. Give the poor gal some money.
no, she should have asked me before she went on the ride,
No, okay.
and even then I would have said no. But regardless of that, anyways, just back to the main point.
Yeah.
Um, we've gotten a higher amount of views, and we want to thank everybody for supporting us. Obviously we have our core guys, here, and there's other guys here also, but yeah, man, we're very happy with the growth of the podcast, and it's just just a matter of just you know just growing and doing good things, man. So I'm happy about that.
And hopefully, like, and the only reason why I'm addressing this is because I'm still getting people requesting it and making these recommendations. And hopefully, if the channel does, continue to get big, we will be able to do a podcast more than once a week. But I'm not holding my breath on that. So for all of you guys that are telling me, "Oh, Steve, you should do one once a week." Oh, Steve, what? How come you guys don't do multiple podcasts per week? It's not me. It's because of my friend over here. It's not me. Talk to him. You guys, yeah. You know what? From now on, if anyone else wants to constantly ask me when are we going to do another podcast, ask Hoovy 186. Don't ask me because I'm all for it. Ask Hoovy
We have
186,
we have a Discord.
and he will tell you no, and
We
he
have a
will tell
Discord.
you so.
We have
So
a
it's
we have a Discord. So if anybody wants to ask us questions, we have a Discord. Now, because you keep bringing this up, I'm going to have to address this. Like I said, we do one podcast a week because at the end of the day, you know, I'm not spending my 2 off days doing podcasts. I work overnight, so it makes it difficult to do 2 podcasts a week. And even if we had an opportunity to, I would prefer not to, because I don't want to dilute the product.
what you see what I'm saying?
No,
Even
but like I said, if there's something major that happens, we do multiple podcasts. If we have a special podcast, we do 2 from time to time. But just to do 2 podcasts for the sake of doing 2 podcasts, I'm not doing that.
yeah, yeah,
Like, I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
No, it's
And
not. No, it's not fine. No, Steve, it's not fine, because this is the third. This is the third or fourth time I've had to address this.
it's fine having it. And the reason why I say it's fine is because no wait, well, the reason why I'm just addressing it is because look, if people are going to ask me whether if it's at work or if someone just send me a message, whether if it's on IG or whatever, the only thing I could tell them is, listen, I would like to do one, but my partner only wants to do once a week. And
Okay.
so,
And
and look, having no, as much as it annoys you, and as much as maybe you don't want to talk about it, at the end of the day, is actually a good problem to have. Regardless of how much it annoys you, it's still a good problem to actually have, where people are asking or demanding. That means there's a demand for our product,
yeah,
and
I have no,
something
I have no
that
problem. I have no problem with that.
no, it still annoyed you though.
I mean, no, because I keep having to ask these questions when I've already explained what the deal is. I'm not interested in doing 2 podcasts every single week. I'm not interested in that. It is that simple.
I
Like,
got you.
and then people always bring up, oh well, this podcast do this podcast do that.
That's true.
That that's their life. That's their money. That a lot of those podcasts, that's how they make their money. That's how they make their living. I don't make my living on YouTube.
Well, I mean, it would have to grow first.
Okay, but right now it's not. Right now we're growing, but it's not a place where I can make my living off of. I don't make my living off of YouTube.
Answer this question truthfully. If you made just enough, let's say you made just as much as your job, would you quit your job?
No, I have to make more than that. I have to make significantly more than that.
So you have to make more than your job. Is
Mhm.
it no? What I'm saying is, if you make the exact same amount of money on YouTube, with the same way that you had at your job, you wouldn't quit your job.
No, I wouldn't.
That's interesting.
Because according to what I heard, isn't YouTube you pay once a month? You get paid once a month. It's a monthly paycheck.
I well, then that's a good question. I don't know.
Like I said, if I can make a living off of you, let's say for example, right? And we're not saying we're doing this or anything like that. So relax, people. Let's say if we have YouTube revenue and then we had like a Patreon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, I would absolutely would rather do podcasting than doing my current job, but that's not the case. All right, so conspiracy agent said right here, I wouldn't quit my job, but I changed my availability.
Would you
Um, hmm?
would you do that? That's a very that's a very interesting take conspiracy. And by the way, it's been a while, bro. I'm really glad that you're here, man. It's been a while. I don't know if I think I text you to see if you were okay or something like that, but yeah, would you do that movie?
Hmm. It depends if because whatever if I do get a new job, it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be overnight. So I would have to change my availability would change regardless.
Hmm.
So let's say if I get a job that works primarily in the morning, then I think I would be more susceptible to doing more podcasts per week.
Oh, really?
But yeah, because I work overnight, I sleep during the day, and then once I wake up, like I have to do, and by the time it's like 8 or 9 o'clock, I'm not gonna want to like. Most days, I'm either gonna have to get ready to go to work again, or that's pretty much my off time.
Yeah.
So it just makes it harder to do two podcasts a week. That's why when we do two podcasts a week, we do one on my day off on Monday and on my day off on Thursday.
Yeah, that's true. Now,
Yeah.
as far as if I was making the exact same amount of money, as my job, yeah, I would pretty much quit or probably go to part time because there's really no need for me to work full time if YouTube is doing it for me. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So I will probably use the job that I have currently as the side hustle job, transition that to a side hustle job, a part-time job. That way I could focus more on YouTube and focus more on improving the quality, investing in more type of equipment. It gives me more opportunities to do stuff, but I won't be able to do that if I am still working full time at the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
you to consider it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I would have to make significantly more money doing YouTube than I am at my current job right now. I would
That's
have just to consider it because, like I said, money. The rate that you're gonna get the money is not the same. And like I said, we have to have multiple income. We have to have multiple income coming in. Obviously for our equipment, because obviously if we're making money on YouTube, we're gonna have to up the quality and all the other stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, man. So long story short, thank you guys for supporting us. Our day ones, thank you guys for supporting us, and we're just looking to just improve every single week and get this podcast, to another level. So
Yeah, so like who we said, I just want to piggyback. When I saw those views, I was very, very impressed. I was really happy about it. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are still going to stick, with the original schedule, which is once a week. But I know what I've also noticed is that a lot of people are not able to watch a 2 hour, 3 hour podcast, regardless, not just us, but whatever other podcast that's out there. People don't have time to watch 3 hour podcasts. So I think it was definitely more ideal for me to make separate videos, whether if it's to help the algorithm or putting out different topics that's out there, because I know that some of you only prefer to listen to gaming topics or sporting topics. So it actually helps the channel out regardless. And once again, it really compensates for the fact that we only have one podcast a week. So it works. Everybody is happy at the end of the day.
yeah,
And so once again, big shout out to all of you. Really appreciate the support, man. I'm definitely looking forward for this channel to get bigger with my partner, even though we like to, even though we fight a lot in a lot of occasions, but it's all out of love at the end of the day, and it's great to have him as a partner. And I'm just looking forward, for the near future, man. Like we're almost at, we're really close to 100 subscribers. I know to a lot of people, oh, that's nothing, but hey, it's something for me. It means a lot for me, and it's just going to continue to go on a decent trajectory. At least I think so.
Let me ask you a question. When are we gonna do the second? When are we gonna do the second tier list?
I'm actually ready to do it.
I'm
I'm
ready
what
to do it.
I'll do is I'm gonna ask Soul
Mhm.
when his availability is, and then I'll let you know. We'll get started because I'm actually looking forward to do it because now that the beta had been released, I've seen more footage of it. Like we
Mhm.
need to get this Tekken tier list started.
Yeah, and plus, I've been meaning to ask him about what his thoughts are about Street Fighter 6 also.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I need to get his thoughts on it.
Yeah, and speaking of Street Fighter 6,
Mhm.
last week last week or the week before I should say, dude, I have to give Capcom some credit because I remember I slightly gave them a big criticism for adding modern controls on
Mhm.
Street Fighter 6, but I'm gonna have to give them major credit because when all of my nephews and my nieces came over, they played Street Fighter 6, and while they were playing Street Fighter 6, they were enjoying the game so much. That's all they wanted to play,
Mhm.
and that was because they were on modern controls.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, uncle, look what I did! Look what I did! Look what I did! Look what I did!" And I'm watching them play, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was actually enjoying watching them play the game because they were truly having fun playing the game. They're doing all these different combos in the game, and I'm saying to myself, hold up, what Capcom actually did was a good thing. Capcom actually did a really good thing here. And obviously people are going to say, well, if you need to get good, practice, practice, practice. And I have to say this, there's just a lot of games out there that people are just it just have a very difficult time being good at a particular game, especially if you're going to compare them, to the pros or to the hardcore gamer. People are just not there's even if they want to learn it, it's just very difficult for them to be at that level, for some, just for some odd reasons. And it's a lot of games are that way. Like me, for example, when it comes to simulation racing games, I suck. No matter how hard I try, I suck at racing simulation games. No matter how much I try to practice in them, dude, I am not good. I cannot be. I'm always in last place when I face the AI. And so I think there's just
Uh,
games out there that we're just not good at. Go ahead.
yeah, my bad. You cut out for a little bit. I don't know if you cut out or I cut out. But you said that you weren't good at simulation games, right? Racing sims.
Yeah, I am very. No matter how much I practice how much
Mhm.
I try to get good at it, I could never be good. And when I'm facing the I am constantly in last place.
Yeah.
Constantly in last place. I'm
Well,
just not good.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Obviously, I've been playing Gran Turismo forever,
Yeah.
and obviously, I play Forza also, and really up until I want to say, man, probably Gran Turismo 4, I wasn't that good at them either. I just love collecting. I just love collecting cars in the game
Oh,
and driving them. But
yeah.
I was not out. But Gran Turismo 1 and 2, I sucked at those games. I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
Hmm.
No idea what the hell I was doing. Three, I got better at it because as you get older and as you kind of like learn the game, you're starting to understand it a little bit more, right? Like when it comes to driving like Gran Turismo, right? I'm
Yeah.
understanding why sports like F1 and NASCAR are so popular and why they consider them sports.
Hmm.
Because like obviously you look at it like, oh, you're just racing around in a track, right? And that's true, but then you have to understand the nuances of what they're dealing with. They have to deal with the tire wear, right? Obviously, engine wear, and all the other stuff. But then they have to realize, okay, when is the right time to pit, right? When the right time to go in, change tires, what type of tires you use. You know what I mean? All that stuff comes into play when it starts raining. Like all that stuff comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad you mentioned this because I was watching Gran Turismo. They had like an esports event this past weekend, and these guys are pretty much the only thing that's any different between what they're doing and what like a race car driver is doing is that one is racing in a video game, the other one's racing in the actual car. But outside of that, everything else is the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everything else is the same. Understanding where there's, and this is partly because of Gran Turismo and all and how advanced it is. Understanding where the track when it obviously when it rains, where the wettest spot of the track is, when it starts to dry up. It's pretty insane. It's pretty
Wow.
insane.
It really makes sense why a lot of these professional race car drivers, when it comes to the games,
Hmm.
why it makes a lot of sense why they buy the wheel, they actually buy the gas
Yeah,
pedal, and have the actual experience. It's like a lot of them said that it really feels like driving an actual vehicle,
yeah,
and to have and honestly, that's really probably the only peripheral that I would probably buy when it comes to gaming. When because I'm not going to buy rifles, I'm not interested in buying wheels for Mario Kart, stuff like that. But as far as car racing, I truly believe that is really the only game like Gran Turismo or Forza. I really think that's the only game to where you could actually truly have an experience of racing a car as if it's in real life. You know what I'm saying? If
yeah.
if that makes sense.
No, I get what you're saying. Like the only reason why I've never done it is one is very expensive, and you don't want to go cheap on that.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, but and two, I don't really have space for it. Like I don't really have space for it.
Well, I know there's professionals that they would just buy the wheel only,
Mhm.
similar to how when people would just buy arcade sticks for fighting games. There, I've seen people who just have the wheel,
Yeah.
kind of
No,
like kind of. Go ahead.
but when they're playing in Gran Turismo, right? When they're doing the esports stuff, they're in. They have the wheel and they have the brakes.
Oh crap!
Actually, I don't know if
Yeah.
they have. No, I don't know if they have the brakes, but I know for a fact they definitely have the wheel. They definitely, I know for a fact all of them use wheel.
You watch the tournaments?
Yeah, I was watching it. I was watching all weekend.
Oh man, I would definitely like to see. I would definitely like to see it because I would assume it's the is it the same design like you would see in like in a regular arcade, like at a Dave and Buster's, for example, or is it more realistic?
Mm, yeah, I would say yes. Probably not as elaborate, but definitely it's the same type of feeling.
Okay. Well,
Same type of
wow.
feeling. So conspiracy agent said, as you get older, you understand game mechanics more, and that's true. That's pretty much how I got better at Gran Turismo. Is just by understanding pretty much the game more. And I'm not a car head. Like I'm not a car head. I'm not Randy or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I just like driving nice cars in video games. So and David, he asked me, you ever heard of iRacing? Heard that yes, I've heard of it. That's on PC. That's very, very realistic.
Hmm.
That's very realistic. I think they have a couple of games. Obviously Gran Turismo and Forza are not the only ones. You have a set of Corsa,
Yeah.
iRacing, and there are definitely others too where they really take simulation racing to the next level. So yeah. So
Let me ask you one question before we actually start. Our topics. I'm very very curious of asking you this. So
mhm,
as you were talking, I was watching. Let me look for. It. I'm watching this video, which is
mhm,
pretty much Street Fighter. Now they're using modern controls.
yeah,
Do what I wanted. Look, I when I was at Soul's house, we was testing modern controls, and the combos were very easy to do.
yeah.
Do you think it should be allowed in tournaments?
That's funny you should ask because there was a guy in top six that used modern controls.
and that's why I asked you the question, because I completely forgot to ask that question when we was talking about it last week.
Yeah.
Like,
To be honest with you, I think it should be allowed because
really?
what Capcom did, yeah, because what Capcom did, and I'm glad they did this.
Okay.
Yes, you offer modern controls, but there are drawbacks to using it.
Hmm.
There are drawbacks to using it because I guess from what I remember, you can't use certain normals. Like there are certain like you know how when I don't know, it's hard you would know more than me, but there are certain combo setup that you can only do in classic mode.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's only certain things that you can do, and that's the trade off. Because if you were able to do everything that the pros did, but use modern control, that would be unfair.
Okay, and that's when you would probably say, okay, it should be banned from
Yeah,
tournaments if it was that way.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. But
I
because
want.
they made, yeah, because they made certain sacrifices to modern controls, I actually think it's a smart thing, and the reason why I understood why they added it was because you look when you go online to watch people play Street Fighter. Because remember, a lot of people now go online to for their content. They're not watching even on basic TV. They're not watching video Street Fighter
Hmm.
on regular TV. So they go online to watch it, and you see all these guys doing these crazy combos, and you can't do them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with modern control, and even when I was in the beta, I was using modern controls because I didn't know how to switch it. But yeah, but when I was playing with modern controls, I was doing stuff that I would never be able to do.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I,
So
yeah,
yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
glad. I'm glad that you mentioned the trade off, because what I noticed is that when I played Gao and I was using the modern controllers,
Mhm.
I noticed that I don't know if you ever played with Gao, but there's two sonic booms he has. There's one where it's just a regular sonic boom, but there's one where he says it's perfect.
Yeah,
It's faster and causes more damage. You will never be able to do the perfect sonic boom in modern controls.
yeah,
It's just the original one. And so when I experienced that, I said to myself, okay, look, modern control is nice. It's nice, but as someone who's been a hardcore gamer and's been playing classic controls, since I was a kid, I would always take classic controls over modern any day of the week. And because I think one of the reasons why for me, and everybody has different tastes, but
yeah,
dude, it was, I don't know if you felt this way. It was so satisfying being able to do certain combos that it took me so much time to learn. Like, for example, I remember when I was a kid, it was so hard for me to do the Raging Demon.
hmm
So hard for me to do the Raging Demon. And then when I was finally able to do it, it was just so rewarding, so satisfying. Now I could do it at will. Like,
yeah,
I could do it like easy. Like,
hmm
I'm pretty sure you can too. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's mad easy. But to have the satisfaction of learning the actual combos and learning, all the different move sets and whatnot, I think is much more rewarding than doing it in a modern control. Now, obviously, if a casual gamer or little kids, they're probably not really going to care. Like, they will
yeah,
just all they care about is the finesse and all the flashy stuff and whatnot. They're not going to really care. And I witnessed that with all of my nieces and nephews, and even my sisters, my older sister. They were like, "Oh my gosh, like I'm playing Street Fighter. I haven't played since I was young." And dude, everybody was enjoying the game. and and last thing I want to mention before we move on. So my nephew, Joshua, shout out to him.
hmm
He wanted to try Street Fighter 5. So he
hmm
so he played Street Fighter 5, and immediately he said, "Oh, this is classic controls. Man, this game sucks." He literally played like 5 minutes, and he went back to Street Fighter 6.
yeah,
So once again, this really helps the casuals and people who just wanna just do all these flashy moves, and Capcom did it in a way like how you mentioned with the trade off. It keeps both people happy, and I agree with you. I think it's okay that it's on tournaments. However, if by any means like there was no trade off, then yeah, it should be banned. it completely should be banned. But hey, this was actually a very good discussion. I'm really
No,
glad that we.
yeah,
Okay.
no, I agree. I agree with you, but I do want to add one thing. When it comes to modern controls, for people like for, I think the same with you. When I use people who I'm not familiar with, is great. It's great to use. But when you're playing with someone who you've used for a long time, like Guile or Ryu, for me, then
Yeah.
it just feels weird using modern controls.
Yes.
It
Yes.
feels
It is.
weird because you know the inputs that they're going to have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, instead of, but it won't come off because they're not. That's not how modern controllers are set up.
Correct.
So it kind of just throws you off. So
Yeah. So
that's why yeah. So that's why I only use classic controls. I rather, like, I do agree with you. I rather learn how to do the moves step by step than only pressing like one or two buttons.
right. Yeah.
I rather learn. But I, like I said, it, the thing is that for modern control, it is for that reason, to get casuals to play the game and to really, really feel like they're doing something in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I agree with you. I agree with you. Like, yeah, I agree with you. It was a good conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. It is good. I'm actually going to edit this part too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 So
Good.
all right, so first topic, um, like you added this, and I don't know why I forgot, but
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Wade, along with Tony Parker, Dirk Nowitzki, Greg
Yes.
Popovich, and is there is there anybody else? I don't think so.
Um. That.
Paul
What's that one?
Gasol. Paul Gasol.
That.
Oh, Becky
Uh.
Hammond too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Becky Hammond. All six of them went to the Hall of Fame this weekend. Obviously, obviously, congrats to all of them. But
Yes.
obviously, the main guy, Dwayne, or my main guy, Dwayne Wade, right? So he got into the Hall of Fame. So shout out to him. And this actually came a week after Zach Thomas, number 54 for the Miami Dolphins, went to the Hall of Fame. And that one, there was no reason why he had to wait that long. No reason why he had to wait that long. But finally, he got in. So that's good. Okay. Before you ask me these Dwayne Wade questions,
Mhm.
conspiracy agent has a question for you. He asked you, have you ever heard of Low Tier God?
Yeah. 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 I heard of him. Yeah. I know. He's pretty decent too. He's
Yeah.
the black guy, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard of him. I'm curious. Well, why'd you ask? Like, is there? Because I know he's a Street Fighter player too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh.
Better Tekken, Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played those games.
Yeah. 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 I heard of him. Yeah. I heard of him. Yeah. He's decent. Yeah. He's really good.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
very.
he's good. He's just a sociopath. That's it. I mean, tell me I'm lying.
I mean, he does like he does like to get in these crazy disputes, with people and argue and whatnot. But I mean, to me, I think all of that, especially when it comes to trash talk, has always been part of video gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when it comes to tournaments. I think stuff like that should always be welcome, in my opinion. It's no different when people trash talk when they're competing in a sports game, or in an actual game like the NFL or the NBA. All that stuff has always been invited when it comes to competing with one another. You don't think so?
I think there's a level to it to where it goes too far, and he's crossed that line more often than not. I
Oh, you
don't
think?
mind trash talk,
Hmm.
but he's gone over that line way too many times. So
All right,
yeah,
fair enough. Fair enough. Fair.
LTG's my dude. Get that ass, man. He is funny. Like I'll admit, he is a funny dude. He's funny, but there is something about him that I can't tell if he's I don't think he's joking. I don't think he's joking. I just think that I think he's a bit of a sociopath.
Oh,
I do
really?
think that. Yeah, I do think that. And I think I don't know. There's something about that dude that I just think that chemically in his brain, I don't think he's all there. I don't think he's all there because a guy, because like you mentioned before, he's not bad at the game at all. He's not bad at the game, right? People can say he sucks. He's not bad at the game. For a
Yeah,
guy who has his level of charisma, he should be a lot bigger than where he's at right now. A lot bigger.
bigger as in like relevancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now he's pretty relevant right now. He's infamous. He's infamous.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he could. I think he could have been a top level streamer when it comes to Street Fighter, and he technically already is right now. But I think he would have been a lot bigger than that.
Okay.
But it's just his behavior is the one that's always holding him back.
Do you think by any chance he's just doing it for clout?
I mean, he already has clout. He has one. He has one of the most famous viral videos out there where he called out Viscant, and then he got his ass whooped by Viscant, and then Viscant, kind of told him off, and he's already has viral moments. Ruben
Yeah.
said that. Ruben said LTG should be up there with Max Dookie. I've never heard of Max Dookie. That's a crazy name. I've never heard of him, but he should be up there. I think he should be up there with your Justin Wongs, your Daigos,
Mm-hmm.
and guys like that. He should absolutely be up there. But his behavior is always holding him back. Let me see. Let me read this. Trash talk is fine, but it has its limits. Yeah, we're from Conspiracy Agent.
Uh,
Oh, he's talking about Maximilian, dude. That's who. That's who.
oh,
I that's a good one. That's a good one, Ruben. I brought props to that. Props to you for that one, bro. That's funny.
um, I think trash talk is fine, and like you said, conspiracy agent, like it has its limits. I for one believe that as long as it doesn't get personal, I think it's all fair game. As
And
long
yeah, and trust me, when it comes to LTG, he definitely gone personal.
yeah, as long as you don't, talk about people's kids, talk about, having stupid mama jokes and whatnot, or anything like really, ruthless and stuff like that, then I think it's all fair game. As long as it's strictly, towards each other, and it's strictly about the game, I think it's all fair. I think it's all fair. So
Yeah. So
oh,
all right. So we were
nephew's here.
talking. Hmm?
Uh,
Oh, what's
nephew's
going
here.
on, Joshua?
Hey nephew, we were just talking about you. We were just talking about how you were having fun playing Street Fighter 6 using model controls. And then I mentioned how when you went to Street Fighter 5, you and everybody hated the game. I was saying, "Oh, it sucked." And you immediately went back to Street Fighter 6. So, I thought that was really funny that you did that. But it was really fun watching you guys play. And then I think the last character he picked was Zangief, and he just kept on slamming people, and everybody was going boom. It was I wish I recorded those moments. It was really fun to watch. So shout out to you, nephew. Shout out to you.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we're back to going to talk about the NBA Hall of Fame. Like you mentioned, Hoovy. These are the people who were the Hall of Famers as far
Mhm.
as Saw, Becky, Dirk. I don't now. I'm not really sure how come Becky is not on the coaches bracket. It kind of confuses.
No, because she's going in as a player.
Oh, okay. She's going in as a player. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to read just a couple things, and then I want to ask you a couple questions regarding Wade.
Hmm.
And like your all-time player. For one weekend. Oh, hold on. Is this it? No. Let me skip all this stuff. When is basketball Hall of Fame ceremony? No, that's not it. Where is it? Okay, the class of 2023 headline NBA champions Paul Gasol, Nowitzki, Wade, as well as championship coach Greg Popovich. In addition, former NC State head coach Jimmy Valvino will be inducted posthumously, and the 1976 U.S. Olympics women's team groundbreaking groundbreaking group that participated in the Olympics, first ever offering of women's basketball are among the other inductees. And these are all the people who are inducted, like you mentioned. And and look, the one that kind of surprised me just a little bit, not
Mhm.
surprised in a good way. I'm really happy that Tony Parker is on this list.
Yeah, yeah,
I
me too.
dude, I'm really happy that he's on this because for one, I don't know if you remember when we was talking about the top 75 players. I felt like Tony Parker should have been on that list with all the
Mhm.
rings he has won, and he has also been an All Star. He showed up in the playoffs every single time, and in the finals. I felt that he should have been on the 75, player list. So this is the reason why I'm just really happy for Tony Parker that he's on here. Hopefully, I hope the other. I mean, Ginobili's not in the Hall of Fame yet, is he?
Ginobili.
I can't remember. I don't
Hmm.
think so.
Let me look. Let me look. I'll look it up. Good, but continue. I'll look it up.
Oh, okay, thanks. Oh yeah, so that's why I'm so happy and grateful that Tony Parker is on this list. Um, I felt like once he had won Finals MVP when they won that championship, I felt like he definitely. I think he won the MVP when he won the MVP. Was it on their fourth championship? I think it was on their fourth championship.
Uh, I don't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was the fourth championship that they won. He became MVP, either the fourth or fifth. And I said to myself, and I told you this when I was at your house, that
Mhm.
once he had won Finals MVP, that elevated him into a superstar. In my opinion, I felt that he became a superstar once he won, Finals MVP. So I want to just give Tony Parker a big
Okay.
shout out. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh,
He
okay,
went
okay.
in last year.
See, yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he
okay,
went in
yeah.
last year.
That was just recent. So yeah, big shout out to Ginobili also. Big shout out to him.
Hmm.
And so I'm happy for Tony Parker. But the main guy that I wanted to talk about is obviously Dwayne Wade. Oh, and big shout out to Dirk Nowitzki too. I like Dirk Nowitzki. But let's talk about Dwayne Wade real quick. Now the question I have for you, because I think this is the end of the article. Yeah. So the question I have for you is, do you think that Dwayne Wade? One of the questions is, do you believe that Dwayne Wade was robbed for not winning not one regular season MVP? Because I know what I'm going to do. So I really wanted to ask you this. I've always wanted to ask you this, and I think this is the perfect time to ask.
Oh man, that's a good question. I want to say yes,
Hmm.
but the problem is that the year that his best year was was 0809. That was the year where he had. I mean, this had so many great moments. He had, obviously the game winning running three that he made at
Oh
the
yeah.
Oh, I remember, dude. I remember that game like it was yesterday. Like we were living with obviously my sister, like our family and my sister obviously, Whitney. We're living
Hmm.
with them, and we were watching the game, and it just kept going on and on and on, overtime after overtime after overtime, and then when he made that shot, bro, everyone just went nuts.
Yeah.
We all went nuts. It was one of the coolest moments I've ever seen. But yeah. So he had that, and the team. I think they were a 4 seed.
Yeah.
I want to say either they were a 4 seed or a 5 seed, right? And that year, if you would have gave it to him, I would have been very happy, and I wouldn't gonna complain. The problem is that LeBron James' Cavaliers team, they were the 1 seed, and I think his numbers were a little bit better, and
Yeah.
they were gonna give it to him anyway because this is when
Um.
everybody loved LeBron James.
Yeah. True.
There was a year where everyone loved LeBron James, so he was gonna get it regardless. So, do I
I.
think he was robbed? I would say no.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Do it in now. My beliefs is, I think the 2005-2006 season where he won the championship,
Hmm.
I think he should have won the MVP that year. And the reason why is because not only did he, because he nearly averaged 30 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was around 28, 27 points he had, per game. He had around like 6, 7, like the numbers that he had generated, that he had produced, was pretty much similar to LeBron James. And mind
And
you,
who won that year?
Miami Heat.
No, who won MVP that year?
I think it was LeBron James that won that year.
It was
I think
LeBron.
LeBron. I think
Yeah, I
LeBron
know
James.
Dirk. I know Dirk won it the next year.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't Dirk Nowitzki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it wasn't Dirk. It wasn't Dirk. I know he won the year after that.
Mm-hmm.
But who? But in 05, you said it's LeBron.
Yeah, I think it was LeBron. Well, let's check. So I don't want to give wrong information. Let's check real quick. Let me see. 05. Oh, my bad, my bad. It was Steve Nash.
Really? He won that year?
He won in 2005.
Hmm.
Wow, Steve Nash. You know something, Hoovy?
You know what? No, you know what? No, okay, yeah. Because that first year, there was a lot of argument between him and Shaq. Remember
Right.
that was Shaq's first year in Miami.
Yes.
So yeah, so it was between Shaq and Steve Nash, and they gave it to Nash.
Yes, yes. Oh no, you know
Yeah.
something? Crap, 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 crap.
I know you love yourself some Steve Nash. I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and, and,
Oh,
here's the thing, because a lot of people say, oh well, Nash should not have won an MVP. He turned those Suns into near title contenders. He absolutely deserved those MVPs.
yeah.
You can argue he probably should have had only one and not two, but he definitely deserved MVP. Like, come on, like cut the crap.
Yeah. The one that was between him and Shaquille O'Neal. I could understand why people believe that Shaquille O'Neal should have won that year. Like I could understand that.
Yeah.
I could understand why they like that dude was, bro. He just felt like when he left LA, like you obviously you could tell that the Heat culture and how they wanted him to lose weight really paid off. Like the guy was just phenomenal. It looked like he was like back in his prime years when he was in earlier years when he was in LA. The guy was just dunking on people, just dominating. Like it was just really really nice to watch how he pretty much went back in time in that one year. And so I could understand why people got upset. I really do. I get it. I'm not gonna go crazy over it, but do I think Shaquille O'Neal probably got robbed that year? There's a good chance that he did.
Hmm.
There's really a good chance that he did. But now that I'm looking back, because you mentioned Shaq and we saw that Steve Nash won MVP. I guess it wasn't wrong that he didn't win MVP that year, despite the fact that he went to the finals and he averaging all these great numbers. And people would argue that his defense was better than LeBron's that year.
Cool.
I don't, I don't care. Dwayne Wade,
Okay.
because look,
It's like I wasn't really watching LeBron James like that in Cleveland.
oh, you wasn't okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So I guess you don't think now. Hold on. Before we move on to the next question, to the last question.
Mhm.
Um, Let me see. Years. Right. Who do you remember who won? Do you remember who won 2007 and 8?
2007-8. Um, Let me see. Let me look it up right now. Okay, hold on a second. Are you looking it up right now?
I'm trying to look for 7. You could look for 8. You could look for 8. Let me see 7.
Oh, 8. Wasn't that Kobe?
Oh, it was Dirk Nowitzki. And you said no, Dirk
Yeah,
Nowitzki won.
Yeah, Kobe won '08, LeBron James won '09, and
Dude,
Dirk won '07.
look at all the people he had to compete with to win one. Oh
Cool.
goodness. Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So crap, man. I truly believe that he should have won. But now that you and I are going through all the different years of an individual that won the MVP, I'm okay with those winners. Now, again, we could argue with Steve Nash winning back-to-back MVPs, but we already had said that he should have won at least one, and
Hmm.
Shaq probably should have won the other. So either way, Dwayne Wade is not included in that.
Yeah.
And you mentioned LeBron, and we mentioned Kobe Bryant, and yeah, I don't think I would remove Kobe from that MVP and give it to Wade. I don't think I could do that because that year I think the Lakers was in the first seed. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that year they were in the first or second seed, and I think he was competing for MVP against Chris Paul. And I remember their records was like really like neck and neck, but because Chris Paul was in the second seed and Kobe Bryant was in the first seed, like they gave it to him.
Yeah.
And the only controversy I remember that year was that because I remember Charles Barkley said this. He was pissed off actually. He said that, oh, if you're going to give it to Kobe Bryant, don't give it to him just because he never won one before. Like you only supposed to give it to him if he actually deserve it. And I agree with Charles Barkley. But Magic Johnson went on record and said that, well, because he never won one before, he should win that year's MVP. And I had issues with that, but definitely he deserved it. But don't give it to him because he never won one before. Just give it to the guy because he earned it. That's
I
it.
think I think I remember that argument.
Oh, you remember it? Okay.
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
All
is
right.
crazy that he never won one. It is
It,
crazy that. Yeah, go ahead.
no, 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 no. I'm agreeing with you. You're saying it's crazy. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, so LeBron obviously he won '09 and I think he won 2010, I think also.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because 11 was Derrick Rose, and then LeBron James won.
Point I know you had a huge issue. I think I think you had a
Yeah.
huge issue with that one.
Okay, here's what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he was the best player on the best team, right? On technically the best team because they were the number one seed. So I can understand it from that point of view. But the thing is that LeBron James was the best player in the league that year.
Mm-hmm.
He was. And the
2010.
only 11, yeah, 2000, the year that Derrick Rose won,
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James was better.
Far
And
better.
the only reason why he didn't, and the only reason why he didn't get it was because remember he moved to Miami and everyone started hating him.
I remember. Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's the only
Yep.
reason why. That's the only reason why he didn't. Why they gave it to Rose.
Yeah. That
And
that
yeah,
that game against the Cavs, I'll never ever forget that game, dude. The boos and the signs and the atmosphere that was in there, you would think so many of the crowd would have just probably rushed in to beat up LeBron James. And I remember when how before the game started, how they were talking about that they hired like extra security just for that one game. They had hired a whole bunch of extra security because like the atmosphere was just that ruthless on that game. Like that was just crazy, like completely insane. So that was a crazy moment. But okay, but that last question is that do you think that Dwayne Wade would have been because right now we people say the top three shooting guards is MJ, then is Kobe, and then is Wade, and you agree with that, right?
mm-hmm.
Do you think that he would have surpassed Kobe if he was able to stay healthy? Completely
No,
healthy, barely any injuries similar to LeBron James.
no,
You don't think so?
no. Because when it comes to Kobe, people have this love affair with Kobe that Dwayne Wade just could not match. Because you had to think about it like this. He was on the Lakers, so that's gonna be a big deal. He won championships with Shaq and everything. That team was very popular. So I don't think yeah I don't think he would have. I prefer Dwayne over Kobe.
Oh, really?
I prefer Dwayne over Kobe.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. So you're telling me if you had an opportunity to choose one for your prime to start,
I'm taking Dwayne.
you
I'm
taking
taking
away
Dwayne Wade.
you taking
Mm-hmm.
away Kobe. Wow.
Absolutely, I am.
Wow. Okay.
Absolutely, I am.
And you're not saying this because you being biased that he was in Miami, right?
That's part of it. I ain't
I,
gonna lie. No, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It is part of it. It is part
okay.
of it. But
As
yeah. As far as how they played, I prefer Dwayne Wade over Kobe.
okay.
So
Okay. So you prefer Dwayne with Okoye. Now, here's what I think.
mhm.
But I need to add a couple of extra stuff. I
Mhm.
believe he would have been able to surpass Kobe if these two things had happened. If obviously he had stayed healthy, because remember, even when he was young, he was getting hurt. I remember that one game where he had hurt his shoulder and he had to be pulled
Yeah.
in the wheelchair. All this dude obviously had constant knee problems. If he were able to win multiple championships without LeBron James and stayed healthy, I think he would have been able to been able to surpass Kobe because I think what a lot of people have been saying was that although he has three championships, he won them with LeBron. Kobe
Well,
was able to
you
win
want
two
two.
champ yeah,
You
two,
want
yeah.
two. Yeah, two of LeBron.
Kobe was able to win two champions. Now, granted, Shaq also won without him, but Kobe Bryant was able to win two championships without Shaquille O'Neal. If Dwayne Wade was able to do the same thing and win multiple championships without LeBron and stay healthy, I think that would probably have been enough for him to, if not pass him, at the very least be at a stalemate with Kobe Bryant. But I think part of those championships, because he had won with LeBron James, I think it kind of not hurt his legacy in any way, but it kind of pretty much diminished of why there's just no way he could ever eclipse Kobe because he only was able to win one without LeBron, and after LeBron left, he really couldn't pretty much take his team even to the finals anymore after LeBron had left
You,
Miami.
I'll throw a different perspective at you. When Dwayne Wade won his first championship, obviously he was the MVP and he was the main story.
Hmm.
But nationally, it was really about Shaq winning one without Kobe. Because you could the two biggest stars in the game at that point was Kobe and Shaq. And remember, their feud it captivated the league for a couple years.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially when Shaq had beef
Mhm.
with
Yeah,
yeah, I remember. Yes.
yeah. So you have that, and then when obviously when LeBron got here and they finally won the two championships, the main focus was LeBron.
When he won
So
those
I
two,
would
yeah. Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
So I would argue that Dwayne Wade was never the main focus in any of the championships as far as narrative goes.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah,
That's
because
interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
because you think because and and this hurts me saying it because like I said, I fuck with Dwayne Wade heavy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just gotta be realistic about it. When it comes to Kobe, the dynamic between him and Shaq was the big story. And remember when Kobe won the two championships without him, what did he say at the fifth championship? Oh, I have more than Shaq. That was
Yeah,
always the narrative. That was always the narrative that was being played about.
yes.
So it
Yes.
was all about, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that quote hardly because if I don't know if you remember, Shaq actually made a rap song.
Mm-hmm.
Because first he bragged about winning one without Kobe,
Mm-hmm.
and two, he had made a rap song of Kobe Bryant losing to the Celtics that year.
Mm-hmm.
That Kobe Bryant couldn't win a championship, without him. Dude, I guarantee you that really, really pissed Kobe off that he actually made a song of Kobe not able to win a championship without Shaq, but obviously after that he was able to win two more championships. Now look, I have to give credit to both of them either way because they both proved that they could win a championship without each other. They both proved that they could win without each other.
Yeah.
But obviously Kobe still has the upper hand because he won two without you.
Yeah.
He went two without you, and unfortunately you got older and when after that you went to Phoenix, you weren't the same guy anymore. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I do believe that Wade was definitely an extremely incredible player. Unfortunately, because of his health, he couldn't stay healthy for as long in his career.
Well,
He
I
couldn't.
more so in his prime, more so
Yeah.
in his athletic prime. But I think the injury stuff is a bit overplayed
Oh,
because
really?
yeah, I think it's a bit overplayed because he like during the Big Three era, like yeah, he was hurt from time to time, but like when he was out there, he was outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
He did that, he was outstanding. So and what else was I gonna say? There was one more thing I was gonna say. I don't remember. All right, effort. Let me read comments.
I was gonna show if you don't, I don't
That's
think we'll
not
get.
good.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get in trouble for this, dude. I really want to see one like it's on here. I want to I really want to play the best highlight that Dwayne Wade. I want to show you what my favorite one was.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right, cool. While I do that, you can read the comments.
All right. So Ruben said it's part Miami, part Laker hate, and part unwanted negative press from false in charge.
False
Um,
art charge. I'm not really sure what you mean by false art charge. If you could explain that to me, Ruben, if you don't mind.
conspiracy agent says that yeah, having injuries could have a player have to adjust their shooting style. Yeah, not shoot the same as they did before when they were healthy. Yeah. So, and Mota, what's going on, bro? He said, "Who's better, Wade or Dirk?" Is Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I already knew without hesitation who you're going to say.
No, it's
Uh,
Dwayne Wade. Honestly, it's not even that close. It's fine. It's
you
not.
hear that?
Even,
Most of he said is not even that close.
no, it's
He
not.
said it's not even that close. Uh, um, um, and having no, you would choose Dwayne Wade over size?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Even though Dirk Nowitzki is bigger, taller, more length, and could shoot the three.
yeah. I'd rather have Dwayne Wade.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I can have both of them on the same team, they're perfectly fine. But if I had to pick between the two, yeah, I'm picking Dwayne Wade.
It's a very hard choice for me. I love both guys. I love both guys. I wanted to talk about Dirk Nowitzki, but the thing is, with the questions that I had for you, I knew it was going to be a long discussion, so I don't really have we don't really have that much time to talk about Dirk Nowitzki, and besides, I know you don't really care about him anyway.
No, I don't hate Dirk Nowitzki, but like I know you're a fan of his, but you're not a diehard Dirk fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of his, but let's see. Do you want me to put the sound on or off?
No, you can leave it off. You can leave it off. So he said, I know who was an MVP, and I know who called Bosh and LeBron for help. Okay, well, you know that Dirk Nowitzki got that MVP sitting at home. You know that, right?
Are
After
you
his
talking about
team, huh?
me?
No, I'm talking about Malta.
Oh, Malta. Okay.
Yeah, he said, I know who was MVP, and I know who called Bosh and LeBron for help. Okay, and I remember Dirk Nowitzki won that MVP and accepted that award sitting at home because his number one seed lost to an 8 seed.
Oh, geez, Malta. Oh, I remember this play. I remember that
Yeah.
play. I remember that one. That one was crazy.
Mhm.
That was crazy. All the dude, and like I remember I forgot what team he was facing, but I remember one of the jump shots he had blocked. he had blocked some players' jump shot, and then he blocked Jermaine O'Neal's in the exact same play. But man, like the defense that this dude could play, I'm sorry. The fact that people don't really mention him that much as being one of the the best two-way players, it makes me feel like it's underrated if you know what I'm saying. He is a phenomenal elite offense and defensive player. Like, I need to look to see how many times he became all defensive player. Let me see. Let me look.
As far as first team or second team and all the other stuff.
Yeah, on defense.
So all right, so Multi continues. I respect Dirk a lot because he stayed in the same team. He didn't join a super team or ask for help. You do realize that he took less money to bring more talent to Dallas, and it's not Dwayne Wade's fault that Dallas is not a free agent destination. I'm just being real, but the reason why he took less money was so that they can pay guys to play with him because people didn't want to go to Dallas to begin with.
You know what's what I love so much about this play right here. Is that
dunking on Kendrick Perkins?
You might know why, but there was a small little interview that he was in, to where when Kendrick Perkins had dunked the ball, and he had his foot landed on Dwayne Wade, like his foot was landed on Dwayne, and Dwayne Wade got pissed off about that. And he said that he solely wanted to get revenge on Kendrick Perkins, and that's why he dunked on him like that, like with a two-way dunk. Completely just dunked on him. That's what just made it so special when I found that out. Like, and this play, I remember this one too.
I was at the video game bar watching this.
Oh, for real? Are you serious? Yeah. Dude, that play right here was just phenomenal. That last buzzer beater, and dude, Steph and KD couldn't just help but just like smile, and even though they were in disbelief. Okay, this is my favorite play, Hoopy.
Oh yeah. This is my favorite one too. This is my favorite one too.
Dude, I gotta put this sign up because you hear Marvin Albert just like, wow. You hear him and the guy that
I'll give Reggie Miller credit. This was a good call. I'll give Reggie Miller credit because it was a good call.
Yeah, here we go.
Contact from Jermaine O'Neal, got a piece of it.
That was like, obviously that was a TNT game. I think Jordan was in the crowd too. Like it was a huge game.
Look at his feet in the air, bro. Like
this is a reversal.
Dude, when I saw that,
LeBron James tries to test Jermaine O'Neal and gets it sent back. Not a good matchup right here.
This is my favorite.
Wade with a steal with two. Wade puts it up for the win. Yeah, he did it. Dwayne Wade with the steal and the game winner.
That's my favorite Dwayne Wade play of all time.
That was your favorite one.
Jermaine O'Neal got a piece of it. Wade. Wade going left, and Anderson fouls out. Well, this is a reversal of fortune first. LeBron James tries to test Jermaine O'Neal and gets it sent back with 6. Not a good matchup right here for the Heat.
Be surprised you choose this over the over that dunk on Verishal, dude. That dunk on
this play was special.
Okay.
Wade with a steal with 2.
I watched ESPN just to watch this again.
Yeah!
Say that again?
I watched ESPN just to see where they would put this.
Okay.
In their top 10?
Yeah.
Because I remember, I didn't hate LeBron James back then, but I always resented the fact that everyone just kissed his ass.
Whoa.
Yeah. Everyone just kissed his ass. I remember there was one time they put a LeBron James dunk that didn't count as a top 10 play.
What? They did that?
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
No, that did not happen, Hoobie. That did not happen.
Trust me, it happened.
Oh.
Trust me, it happened. But yeah. So let me read this from also. He said that's why Dirk and Duncan are better than KG. I think KG was more skilled, but he bounced around the league. Duncan's better. I don't know about Dirk. I don't know about Dirk and KG. I think in their prime, I'm taking KG. I think Dirk has a slightly better career, but I'm taking KG, and I don't like KG. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me get out of here and show you which one I was talking about. One last time, one last video. Where is it? Okay, yeah, this one. I want to hear the Reggie Miller what Reggie Miller had said. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it, but I can barely hear it.
He was looking for contact from Jermaine O'Neal, got a piece of it. Waiting. Oh, a facial! Yes, and foul. Wade going right, and Anderson fires out. Well, this is a reversal of
So
fortune.
you see Jermaine O'Neal with the block, which is the only good thing he ever did for Miami.
Send back
And
Wayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Varejao, welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao.
Shout out to freaking Reggie Miller, man. Welcome to your Kodak moment, dude. When I saw those legs go up in the air, that was like one of the most funniest. Oh my gosh, sensational moments I had ever seen, dude. Like this dude hit the freaking pad so hard. Oh, such an embarrassing moment. And I don't know if you remember, after that play, when Dwayne Wade was trying to steal the ball from Harrison Verja, like he was like, I guess try to pick.
yeah,
the
he
fight
was.
with
Yeah, he was. I remember he wasn't happy about that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I remember he wasn't happy about that.
Like, all right, so that's pretty much it that I'll have to say. Like, Malta, I know you mentioned Dirk Nowitzki. Look, we don't really have time, talk about him. Like, I really wanted to focus on Wade. We gave Tony Parker a bit of a shout out, but I do want to say this that. Look, also should give a huge shout out to Dirk Nowitzki. I think that dude is special. I'm glad that he won a ring, and I honestly think him beating the big three. That to me, look, I know you and I had our debates, but he was the best player on that series. And I think so. I'm not saying he was the best player in the league, but I'm just saying he was the best player on that series. But big shout out to him, and I wish him the best. I wish Wade the best, Tony Parker, all these other guys, just phenomenal careers that each of them had. So, yeah, I'm glad that we talked about this, man. Once again, I knew the conversation was going to be good, and I'm really glad that you gave a really good perspective of and your thoughts of him not winning MVP and talking about Kobe and stuff like that, and watching the highlights. Just phenomenal topic.
Yeah. All right. So Malta says player versus player, career versus career. Wade was better than Durant. I'm picking Dwayne Wade over Kevin Durant.
I'm picking Wade over Kevin Durant too.
Mm-hmm. He said that Varejao would have been so great if he could stay on the floor. He was a role player. That's all he was.
Yeah,
he's a good role player. He ain't nobody special.
Yeah, he was really good at those getting 50-50 balls, drawing charges. Like he had his good moments on certain tasks, but yeah, he was just a role player, like nothing special. He was going to be a star or even an all-star. So
yeah. And then Ruben asked again with my other point. I go with Duncan due to conduct. So I guess he's talking about him versus KG versus Dirk. Yeah, Duncan, the greatest power forward of all time. So
I know you picking him over Wade.
Who?
You?
No.
Oh, you picking Wade over Duncan too?
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, hey, Steve, what does Dwayne Wade being my favorite player of all time don't you not understand?
Well, I mean, I could understand that he is your favorite player, but I wouldn't think that it was going to compromise your judgment.
Don't compromise my judgment.
Yeah, because you by saying that that Duncan is the best power forward of all time,
Yeah.
winning more championships than Dwayne Wade, mind you.
Yeah.
Winning more MVP regular season MVPs more than Wade.
Mhm.
Winning more final MVPs more than Wade. I mean, I would honestly think that you would choose him over Dwayne Wade.
Oh, you would be wrong.
Okay. Okay.
There are very, very, very few players I would pick over Dwayne Wade all time. Very,
Who are
very
they?
few.
Are you picking Giannis?
Over Dwayne Wade?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm picking Dwayne Wade.
Interesting. Steph Curry.
I'm picking Dwayne Wade.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
LeBron James.
I'm sticking with Dwayne Wade.
You sticking with Dwayne Wade?
Mm-hmm.
MJ.
Let's move on.
No. I want you to answer the question over to me and to everybody in this chat. Are you picking MJ or Dwayne Wade? Go ahead.
Malta says I think Duncan is the best power forward because he has multiple championships. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so let me stop messing around. Oh man, if I'm not gonna pick LeBron James over Dwayne Wade, then I can't pick MJ over Dwayne Wade.
So you're picking Dwayne Wade over MJ. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Are you picking him? Are you picking Dwayne Wade over Shaquille O'Neal?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Prime time Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Okay, so then who are these few players that you're picking over Dwayne Wade then? If it's not LeBron, if it's not Giannis, if it's not Steph Curry, if it's not Michael Jordan, if it's not Kobe, who's left?
Not really nobody.
Okay, so you were making that up?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying he's better player than those guys. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying he's better than Giannis or LeBron or Jordan. Hey, I will admit a lot of those guys you mentioned are better than him.
Okay.
But when it comes to who I'm picking, if I had a choice of every player in NBA history to start a franchise with, I'm picking Dwayne Wade. That's my guy.
And you're picking them, and that also means you're picking them over Magic Johnson and Kareem.
Yeah.
And Hakeem Olajuwon. Talking about he's one of your favorite centers, but you're picking him over Hakeem Olajuwon too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it. Like if he's better than all those guys, then
no, I didn't say better. I didn't say better. I said he's the guy who I'm picking the most. I'm picking more than anybody else.
Okay.
So,
okay.
All right. Okay. So also Duncan was better than Wade. That's your opinion.
I think so too. I'm on the same boat as you, Malta.
All right. So you put the resume out there.
What do you have to say about that?
No, you can believe what you want to believe.
Don't just skip it.
Huh?
Don't skip that. How do you feel about those facts?
Hey, that's perfectly fine. I'm picking Dwayne Wade over Tim Duncan. But if someone said that Duncan was better than Dwayne Wade, I have no argument. At least you pick someone who at least on par. To me, Wade versus Dirk is not close.
See, I knew you was gonna say that.
I'm just saying it's not close.
I knew you was gonna say that.
It's not close. You have the greatest power forward of all time, and to me, Dwayne Wade is in the top 3 best shooting guards of all time. Top 3.
I thought. Hold on. Is Dirk Nowitzki a power forward or a small forward?
Power forward.
He's a power forward. Hmm. Is he better than KG?
Cool.
Cool.
Dirk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I'm picking KG over Dirk.
I honestly wouldn't
Even
know.
though their careers are somewhat similar.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm picking KG because KG is a much better defender than Dirk has ever been. In
yeah,
their
and
in
yeah, definitely a much better rebounder for sure, for sure.
He said that I would pick MJ because MJ is the best player in NBA history.
Which is true. Which is true. Yep.
And yeah, I think is yeah, Ruben's responding to Malta. All right, so yeah, before we move on, shout out to Dwayne Wade, you know, one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And Malta, he also asked who's where's it? Oh sure, I must have skipped it. Hold on. He asked who's Sherman and Nicholas. So Steve will explain right now. So go ahead, Steve. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
So okay, yeah. While Hoovy goes to the bathroom, so one last time, big shout out to Wade. So just pretty much piggybacking what Hoovy said, and crap. Now that he left, I could have probably showed maybe a highlight of Dirk Nowitzki because just for the sake of he's my favorite player and Malta. It seems like you really do like Dirk. Um, and I like him too. Dirk Nowitzki, man. Let me tell you when he I have to say this when he beat the big three, oh my goodness, you can't ask for a better accomplishment than beating a LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and the Chris Bosh in the NBA Finals. And not only did you win the NBA Finals, but you also won Finals MVP. I mean, this guy beat the Lakers, that year. He beat OKC that year. And can't remember what was the other team that he beat. Was it the Spurs? I think it was the Spurs. I think I'm not 100% sure. And then you beat the Miami Heat. Come on, man. That he had a phenomenal season that year. Phenomenal season. So I have to give him, a real big shout out. Look again.
You haven't gone to the new topic yet?
No, because I since you were going to use the restroom, I was just
Oh,
going to
okay,
talk.
okay. All right, my bad. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk. I mean, that was kind of fast, but yeah, I was just doing it for the and I was actually gonna show. I thought he was gonna take a long time. I was gonna show highlights on Dirk Nowitzki for me and Malta, but now that you're back, I'll do that. Some other time if we ever talk about Dirk Nowitzki again. But we are to a new topic, and this topic is going to be about how talented Skip Bayless is when it comes to recruiting people. Because this shocked me. This was a big, huge shocker for me. So what am I talking about here? Now, we all know that it's been a while since we've seen Undisputed on TV ever since Shannon Sharp's departure. We all know that Shannon Sharp decided to leave, and me and Hoovy, had our talk about that it's mainly because either he couldn't take Skip Bayless's take and how he's been talking about the players and things that was getting personal between him and Shannon. I don't know if that's the main reason. Shannon hasn't said anything yet about it. But at the end of the day, though, he did it after all of those freaking insults that you've been giving Shannon Sharp. And I believe that, this was the last straw for him. And maybe that was the reason. This is all pure speculation. But after he left, we didn't have Undisputed anymore. Now, Richard Sherman, he was a cornerback for the Seattle Seahawks and Malta. And since you asked about him, I have a real quick highlight, well, a little small take of him actually debating Skip Bayless. I think you remember this too.
Mm-hmm.
I think you remember this too. And to me, it was one of the best debates I think I had ever seen when it comes to somebody going off on Skip Bayless. Now, once again, a lot of people hate Skip Bayless. A lot of NBA players, NFL players hate Skip Bayless. And I think what Skip Bayless is doing now, I have to give him props for it. But before I show the highlight real quick, before I should debate real quick. Malta, this is Richard Sherman right here. So Richard Sherman is joining FS1 to spar with Skip Bayless on Undisputed in the wake of Shannon Sharp departure from the program. The Post has learned. Sherman will go at with Bayless on around 50 to 100 shows per year, mostly during football season. He will remain on Amazon Prime Video's Thursday Night Football Studios show. Okay, so this actually makes sense. So pretty much he's going to be debating against Skip mainly in football season. So I don't necessarily think he's going to be debating with him when football season is over. But I think this is a very a great strategic move on Skip Bayless' part if this was his plan of bringing him in the football season. Well, let's continue. So that's Skip Bayless, obviously, and okay, here we go. So FS1 also has interest in Keyshawn Johnson. That's very interesting, according to sources. Johnson, the former number one overall pick in 2002, Super Bowl winner, was recently part of ESPN layoffs. He had just completed the first year of a 5-year, $18 million contract. ESPN still owes him the rest of his money. Bayless announced on his podcast last week that the rapper Lil Wayne will also be part of the debating club appearing on Friday. Okay, look, this is the one where I have to say, why?
Why?
Yeah,
He does
why?
he does the intro.
And that should be the reason why you should be on the show.
I mean, that's the reason why he's on the show.
All because of an intro. Now that means that you're suddenly a sports expert when it comes to sports talk.
You need to be a sports expert to be on those shows.
I mean, if you're gonna go on TV and you're gonna go and make millions upon millions of dollars, I mean, don't you think you should know something?
Dude, you have guys right here who don't know jack shit about what they're saying, and they're on those shows.
Oh my gosh! So you think Dwayne Wade? You think Lil Wayne is a good addition?
No, I don't. I'm not. I don't care about this show. I don't care.
Are you gonna
But
watch?
it's not. No. But I'm not surprised because this is entertainment at the end of the day. This is. It's just entertainment to these people at the end of the day.
Okay, but here's the thing, Hoovy. Come on. Have you his rapping obviously is flawless. People love his rapping. Have you heard this guy actually talk?
Yeah.
Do you understand what the things he's saying?
It don't matter. Like they don't give a shit about that. They're just happy that he's there. That's it.
You didn't answer the question.
No, Steve, I don't care, bro.
Dude,
I legit don't care.
the same complaint that we've had. Look, no disrespect, but the same complaint that we've had with Shaq and recently Doc Rivers. I mean, I think he's actually far worse. Like it's, this is the best playing, and he's running around, and that's how he talks. That's how he talks. Like, I could barely understand when this guy's talking. No, LeBron is the best player in the league, and is Michael Jordan. He's up there too. That is exactly how this dude talks. It to me, it'll make the show bland. It'll make the show boring because you could barely understand what this guy is saying. Like there's no energy. I don't feel no type of nothing. Like I just feel mute whenever this dude is talking because he's been on the show before.
Yeah.
And when he talks, I barely ever could understand what the dude is saying. How is that entertainment?
I don't know, but you have a show that it's just carnival barkers just yelling at each other, and that's what you're gonna get with him being there also.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Like, okay, at the end of the day, to me, I think it's very, very strange that we having him on there. Luckily, it's only going to be once a week, and I think, look, if you want to have somebody there once a week, I guess that's fine. Maybe they see that it's probably not a good idea to have him there every day, like on a 5-day show, like 5 days a week. So if you're gonna try to do it just on the Fridays, fine. But if you're right, and I'm sorry, having no, but if you are right that the reason why you brought him in because of an intro, that's a very stupid reason to why you should bring someone into your show and pay him. I don't think so. Look, he's a great rapper, obviously one of the best of all time to a lot of people say. Great intro. I still think that's one of the amazing intros I've seen in a sports show. But to debate against Skip Bayless, I don't see that to be a very good product on a Friday. But we'll see. I don't want to jump the gun too quickly. We'll see what happens. Let me continue reading. So Sherman and Bayless had a run-in on Bayless' old show, First Take, more than a decade ago. Sherman at one point told Bayless he had never accomplished anything. I remember that line. Bayless retorted that he had done more in media than Sherman had in football. All right, so all right. Before I read the rest of this, I really want to show this and obviously in history this happened a while back. But Malta, I think you're going to enjoy this. So here is the clip between Skip Bayless and Richard Sherman. Here it is right here. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here it is, Malta. This is for you.
How good do you really believe you are? Because you got people out there looking at you and saying, he's just talking smack. How good do you believe you are?
Well, I believe my numbers speak for themselves. I mean, my tape speaks for itself. My tape is my resume. That's what I leave it up to. I mean, you can say whatever you want. Skip can say whatever he wants, but Skip, whenever you refer to me, whenever you speak to me, whenever you address me as all pro Stanford graduate, because those are some accomplishments you can aspire to. You will never accomplish. You have never accomplished anything. So, but those things are on my resume. Those are what I've done. It's my second year in the NFL, going on my third. I mean, you tell me who's wrong.
Okay, I'll accept that. I think I've accomplished more in my field than you have in yours, though you're just getting.
Okay. All right, have a note now. Listen, dude. Listen. When Skip Bayless had said, "Well, I accomplished, what in my field, then you in yours." Dude, I immediately knew that day when I was watching the show. I immediately knew that Skip Bayless was pissed off and that he wanted to find some way to take shots back at Richard Sherman because do you remember why Richard Sherman was so upset with Skip Bayless?
I don't remember, but I know Terrell Suggs went at him a couple years prior. That just it is what it is.
All right, yeah, it's not that long, so let's finish the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Getting started.
So I'm the top of my field. So I'm all pro. I'm the best, one of the best 22 players in the NFL. You're gonna brush it off, but I don't think you're the best 22 anything in sports and in media and anything. I think you think more of yourself than you actually can, prove. But
okay, do you think you're better than Daryl Revis is right now?
In my 24 years of life,
watch this, Malta.
I'm better at life than you.
Okay,
so
all right, that's fair.
Let's better at life than you.
Bro. Wait, dog. But he said, "I'm better at life than you." Dude, the animosity, like the hatred that you have to say something like to somebody on national TV. Like, look, people have gone personal on debate shows, before. But dude, this has to be like in the top 5 or top 3 or something like that. This had to be at the top of when it comes to literally going at someone's throat. You know what I'm saying? Like just talking so much smack. But then that is the reason why this is a very interesting recruit by Skip Bayless. There's no way that you could tell me that he didn't have any type of say of wanting Richard Sherman to come into Undisputed. Do you have anything to say before I continue?
No, you can continue.
No.
So
Okay.
let's
All right, that's
let's
fair.
let's
All
get
right,
let's
all
get
right.
down to
Well,
that
let's
brass
stay.
tacks.
Let's not get personal here. I just want to know.
It's not
Do you-
personal.
Piece of shit.
Yeah,
That's rich
Go
coming from that piece of garbage.
So, talking about, I know this was a long time ago, but talking about, oh, let's not get personal. Let's not get personal. Like you've been going at people like forever, calling people bums, calling people names. Like no. You can't get away with that, buddy. But what were you gonna say, Hoovy?
No, I said what I said.
Okay.
Piece of
Do you
garbage.
think you're
Resume.
better than Darrell Revis is right now?
I'm better than you. So I have nothing to say about him. I mean, that's pretty much done. My numbers speak for themselves.
Now you want to trash talk me, which is totally cool with me.
Actually,
But
I'm on a
what-
campaign to do a lot of community service. I'm
Okay,
in
I
LA.
know
That's
you
what I'm
are
in
at your
LA
high
for.
school.
I'm
We're going to talk
in
about
LA
that in just a
speaking at your
minute.
high school,
But
speaking to high school kids.
what is
speaking
your
on the
what's your
swag
goal?
campaign and
What,
students with a goal.
Richard, what's your motive here?
To be
You-
the best NFL corner in
Okay, but do
the
you
history of the
want to
game. That's it.
promote yourself into a bigger name, a
I
household
don't have to
name,
promote myself.
so that you can
I'm a
do more
first-team All-Pro. That
commercials
promoted me
and
enough.
and maybe have your own show? Is that your goal?
First team All-Pro is my goal.
Oh, you know that was very interesting when he said, to have your own show. He's gonna be on the show with you now. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be in the show with you now. Like, I mean, again, yeah, this was years ago, but clearly with all the trash talk that, or the comeback that you're trying to do, I mean, it worked. It worked. I mean, the guy was one of the best cornerbacks. I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with Skip Bayless. I do think it was Revis, mind you. I think it was Revis who played for the New York Jets. Yes. But yeah, Richard Sherman was absolutely a beast, because I remember they were showing highlights, not highlights, but like they had mentioned how quarterbacks would never throw at the direction wherever Richard Sherman was. That's impact. That's impact right there. So this dude has talent. I'm telling you, right? This dude had amazing talent when it comes to playing defense. He was phenomenal. He was definitely phenomenal.
I accomplished it. So now it's on to bigger and better things. Those are my goals. Those are always going to be my goals. Fine. That is perfectly fine, because I understand that. I am intelligent enough and capable enough to understand that you are ignorant, pompous, egotistical, cretin. And that's really what it comes down to. And I'm going to crush you on here in front of everybody, because I'm tired of hearing about it.
I think you're having a problem.
It comes down to. And
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm gonna save it to the end. I'm gonna save it to the end. Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm going to crush you on here in front of everybody, because I'm tired of hearing about it.
I think you're having a problem crushing me, because you've avoided every question that we've asked you about
Because I'm
why
tired
you're
of your
engaging in so
pollution.
much
I'm
trash
tired of your
talk with
ignorant
Revis
pollution.
and Roddy and all the others.
I'm talking to you right now. This isn't about any of them. So let's talk here, right now. I mean, you're bringing up old stuff. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about right here, right now. On the screen, it says 12 picks, 4 forced fumbles, and 2 NFL seasons. Let's talk about that.
Okay,
Until
Richard.
otherwise spoken.
Richard, you're not letting the numbers speak for themselves. You're speaking for Richard Sherman again and again and again. You're taking away the focus of how good you were the last 2 years on the field, because you're only becoming known for your trash talking.
Because you're not.
Get the hell out of here, man. First off, Skip Bayless, you trash talk about. Well, again, I know this is a long time ago, but bro, you've been talking trash to a whole bunch of people you don't like, who you do not like, but yet you love freaking Tim Tebow so much. Oh, the guys, he's phenomenal. Guys who's just mediocre. You were always constantly all high over heels with people like him, but when it comes to elite talent, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Terrell Owens, Richard Sherman, like you talk trash about them. You always have, and I always thought it was very interesting how he always went after the top guys in their sport, the top guys, whether if they were number one or in the top 5. He always seemed to have some type of beef with those people, and I never understood that. He loved Tom Brady, he loved Peyton Manning, But my goodness, he had something against Aaron Rodgers, dude. That he has something against Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, like you talk trash the whole lot, and you continue to talk trash now. So, oh man.
Not listening. You're not actually paying
That's
attention.
all I can do.
What you said,
hear
what you
you
said
every
earlier
day.
today was apparent. It was obvious that you didn't watch the season. You didn't watch my tape. You said I'm not even in the same class, the same discussion.
You're not.
That's when you lose credibility. That's
Well,
when you lose credibility.
No, I don't. I gain it.
You couldn't argue valid points to prove that. You couldn't argue anything. You could just say it. That's an opinion, and that's why your opinion is discredited because there's no facts behind it. There are facts to everything I say. There are facts that support things I say. Explain to me your facts. I'm
About
listening.
Daryl Revis?
Explain to me your facts. Like, all right, Hoover, you said you had something you had something to say. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I do remember the clip, and I do like the clip. However, here's the thing.
Okay.
And I get it. It's been a decade since that happened. But here's the thing. You call him all these things, right? You call him a cretin. You said all this stuff about him, but yeah, at the end of the day, what are you doing? You're making him more money at the end of the day by joining the show.
Yes.
And look, I'm not. I shouldn't expect Richard Sherman to show any type of consistency because this is the same guy who trash talk Thursday Night Football, but yet he's doing shows weekly on Thursday Night Football. So like, it is what it is. Like I'm not surprised that he's gonna be on the show. You know, it's gonna make for good television for people who like that type of television.
wait, but Hoovy. You say that, but you said you enjoyed that clip too, and I think you enjoyed it.
It was a great clip because he told Skip Bayless the truth. But that person who told him the truth is now going to aid in Skip Bayless still being on TV, and he's gonna make more money because of it. So why? So like, I can't take you seriously.
Wait. So you all of a sudden all of that changed because he decided to go to the show?
Yeah. Because why? If like, unless it's all fake, why would you be on the show with somebody who disrespects you like that, who will discredit you and discredit your accomplishment for TV? You go on his show, you tell him off, and then you're like, okay, well, I'll just join your show now.
Well, to be fair, Hoopy, like the guys had how I mentioned before, and you said it yourself. The reason why that he disrespect LeBron James so much is because you saying he does it for clout.
Yeah.
You said he does it for so he could get a reaction, for so many people. You said that.
Yeah.
You said that. And here's the thing. There were times where he was talking trash, to Terrell Owens, and then he invited Terrell Owens into the show.
Yeah.
He invited Terrell Owens to First Take and on Undisputed to pretty much say his piece.
Yeah.
So he has a history of I guess you could say someone who does not back down. And if he wants to, talk trash about somebody, he would still invite him, to the show. Now, granted, Terrell Owens, was just a guest.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman at the time was just a guest, but he has a history of inviting people into the show, even if it's the same person that he had disrespected over the years.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so
I would lose respect for LeBron James if he decided after his career that he would join him on the show. I would absolutely lose respect for LeBron James if he did that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Because this guy profited off of trashing you throughout his career, and yet now you're going to go on his show and you're going to aid him in making more money, and you're going to aid him in him trashing multiple people the same way that he did to you. Like, to me, there should be a level of ethics that come into play when it comes to stuff like this. If you're gonna sit there, huh?
Ethics?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're gonna sit there and you're going to call him all these things to his face, and then you're going to end up joining his show and help. And all you're doing by joining his show is helping him. You're not joining the show just so you can trash talk him. You can do that anytime you want. You can do it on Twitter. You can even be a guest and do that. But when you decide to go on, do not only go on the show but aid him on the show, on his show. That's his show.
Yeah.
That's his show. And you're gonna aid him to make it so he can make more money, gain more clout, and all the other stuff. Then I have no respect for you.
Wow. Now, but at the end of the day, though, you would be perfectly fine as if LeBron James or Aaron Rodgers were a guest of the show. You'd be fine with that.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they can address their issues. They can address whatever issues they have with him. That's fine. But if you're gonna end up going on the show and aiding him with money and clout and ratings and all that other stuff, then I ain't got no respect for you.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fair. That's fair. Um. All right. So real quick, I'm not gonna read the article, but just for the sake that I did mention her and Malta wants to know who she is. Here she is. Malta. Let me see. Let me find her real quick. Wait. Let me share this again. Okay, here it is. All right. So Rachel Nichols joining FS1 Undisputed with Skip Bayless per report. They should have a photo of her. I guess not. No photo. Stupid website. I should have used the one that I had sent you on our private chat, but it's not here. No, you know what? Let me look for it, because if people don't know who she is or what she looks like, it should be my duty to let everybody know what she looks like. Let me see.
Just go to images.
Oh yeah, let me just go to images. All right, so there she is on Malta. So that's how she looks like, Malta. I mean, she had her own show before. I forgot what the show was called. Like, it was with her, Tracy McGrady, and somebody else. Jump. Yeah. And did you enjoy that show? Oh, here it is, right here.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, she was obviously a host on that show, and she did a definitely a phenomenal job on that show. And what I found very interesting is that when she was pretty much let go, a lot of people were saying that. Now, I'm not going to go back into to this discussion, but I think what they did to her, as far as recording her, thinking that everything was private, but they recorded her, they released it to the public, but
Yeah.
I found out that was like a year later.
Yeah. It was an awful situation for everyone involved.
Yeah, but and the thing is, I don't think, for her to feel that way, I don't think she's wrong for feeling that way, especially with all the hard work that she had put in to host or be a reporter in the NBA Finals, which is obviously something that only a limited people could do. You earned that spot, and then you are told, oh, can we get whatever her name is, a spot to the NBA Finals, and then obviously she doesn't want that because she earned her spot there. She earned her spot, and it's very unfortunate that she was let go, never given a second chance. But now we see her going to Undisputed. How do you feel about this recruit?
What is she gonna be doing?
Let's look. It should explain it. Now that we know how she looked like, let's see if it explains it here. Okay. So okay. Look, so the rotation of replacement for, come on, come on, man. Man, I hate when this happens. Okay. To the Skip Bayless on FS1 Undisputed continues to take shape. Rachel Nichols will join the program as a regular. As a regular analyst. Join Orand reports for Sports Business Journal. The report also said the network is deciding between whether to have former NFL star Michael Irvin or Keyshawn Johnson join the show, with a decision expected as soon as Wednesday. Um, Nicole Nichols came up to the business as a sports writer at the Washington Post and later hosted the NBA focus show The Jump for ESPN. Shout out, a very good show. She left the network in 2021 after her private phone call. Let's see, private phone call in which she was unhappy with getting replaced by Mariah Taylor. Yes, that's who she was. As NBA Finals host, leak in the New York Times. And okay, so Nichols currently has shows with Showtime and the Washington D.C. Regional Sports Network, um, Mont- um, Monumental.
Monument.
Irvin would be a fascinating candidate for Undisputed for a number of reasons. So yeah, I mean, the thing with him, I don't want to go back to this debate, but you see what I was trying to tell you before, Hoovy, um, about the whole allegations of the sexual harassment that he's has receiving. Obviously, it's not over yet. They decided to let him go because of it. And you see, this is where
No,
you
he
and I
didn't get let go. He was sidelined. He didn't get let go.
he was what now?
He's not let go.
He's still currently with ESPN.
I mean, technically, yeah.
How is he able to go to Undisputed then?
That's interesting. I don't think he works for ESPN, but I think he just does ESPN. He only does it once a week.
But yeah,
But
but,
ESPN,
but even if it's once a week at First Take or whatever, that still would make him an ESPN employee, wouldn't it?
no, no.
Really? But that's a set schedule.
Yeah, it's a set schedule, but I mean, Matt Del Russo does shows on Wednesday. He's not. He doesn't work for ESPN,
That that's
and
that's
and Lil Wayne doesn't work for Fox Sports One.
hmm. Well, okay, then I guess it's just somewhat like a what do you call it? Maybe like a contractor or something. But I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know how that's going to work because you're still going to get paid. So
yeah,
it,
but
it's
it might-
it's
yeah.
going to be very interesting. It's going definitely going to be very interesting. But at the end of the day, though, yeah, I'm not going to read the rest of this stuff. I just wanted to make a quick point of who Rachel Nichols is. Shout out to both of them. Shout out to her. Shout out to Richard Sherman. They're going to be on Undisputed, and I'm happy really more for Rachel because I think she's a very good host. I really do believe that her reporting, was phenomenal. Even though many would say, "Well, it's whatever," but when she had her own show, she did a very good job, with that show. She was very articulate. She just had this nice, I don't know, this aura, this positive aura, this great energy behind her. You know what I'm saying? I can't really find what the right terminology for it. She was just a very likable person, if you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like she was just sweet lady, very very likable. I know she probably has a nice fan base, beautiful, and she knows her sports. She's another person. Now I'm not saying that I don't think she's as good as Doris Brooke, as Doris, but she definitely knows her sports. She definitely knows her sports. I am very proud of her. I'm happy for her, and I honestly think that, dude, Fox is going on a trajectory when it comes to their shows and who are the people that they're bringing in. They're bringing all these people from ESPN that ESPN decided to let go. I see ESPN going down, and I constantly seeing FS1 going upward. And look, shout out to both of them. I think which
Based
Richard
on
Sherman,
what?
hmm,
Based on what?
based on the talent that's going to that network.
I mean, and you think that the ratings are going to be better?
Yes, come
All
on,
right.
man. You said it yourself. You think people are not going to want to see even though I think he sounds awful. You don't think people are going to be excited to hear Lil Wayne debating against Skip, Richard Sherman debating against Skip. You don't think people are going to be excited about that? I think
I
so.
have no idea. I have no idea.
I think so. And with all the past that they had going at each other, I think it's just going to just add extra spice on that show. Who knows? They probably go. I'm pretty sure they're going to argue a lot, like how he did with Shannon. I won't be surprised if that happens. And look, I think it's going to be good overall, especially when it comes to football. Especially now that we know that it's going to be basically on football season. He's going to be there. It's going to be good. It's going to be good, and I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot, especially since you and I just enjoyed that clip with him going off, on Skip Bayless on First Take years ago. I mean, we perhaps from time to time it's probably going to happen when they debate on Undisputed. So we'll see. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for him and Rachel. Shout out to the both of them. And I have to give Skip Bayless props. He did it again because why? Why I said that when he recruited when he recruited Stephen A. Smith, look where he is now. Top, obviously the face of ESPN, making all this money, and he's pretty much all over the place after Skip Bayless brought him the First Take. And he did the same thing with Shannon Sharp. Look at the huge relevancy that Shannon Sharp is getting now. And I think he's going to do the same thing for Rachel, and he's going to do the same thing for Richard. So you could dislike Skip all you want, Hoovy, and a lot of people could hate him also, but he does a very good job of bringing people over, like that, like the term that you like to use for the WWE. Oh, it's the person's job to bring the next guy over, and whatever. Skip has been doing that. He has done that in the past, and he's going to continue to do that now. And that's all I have to say.
All right, let me read some comments. Here we have. We have quite a few here. Let me see. All right. Wayne asking the plug for sports advice. Yeah. The guy sounds like he sipped Cloud9 purple drink before the interview. Yeah, that's his favorite drink. Ruben said that Wayne is actually a sharp guy. Yeah. He's not. Yeah, he's not a dummy. It's just a presentation, and if I go for him for sports, yeah.
Yeah. It's the presentation. No, I never said that he was a dummy. No, I don't think he's stupid or whatever. I'm just saying the way he talks is just I don't know.
Yeah. He said Sherman is sharp. Yeah, he is. He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. I just wish that he would have used his time better than to help get Billis stay relevant. So
I mean, what? Okay, but in all seriousness, will be who else would have recruited him? I don't think anybody else would.
recruit who?
Sherman.
I mean, he already sold his soul for Amazon Prime. He already sold his soul for Amazon Prime.
Sold his soul. Come on, that's a bit harsh, movie.
No, it's not. No, it's not hard. You can't sit there when you're playing and talk about how Thursday Night Football is damaging NFL players, and then turn around and take a job hosting a show on for Thursday Night Football.
Okay, so you pretty much calling him like a
hypocrite. Yeah. Hypocrite. And now I guess in that regard, yeah, they deserve each other.
Well, about that, I never had a problem with Thursday Night Football. The only issue I had is I think, if I remember correctly, if you remember, you could just correct me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Peyton Manning had complained about it, but I think it was because of the fact that he had played. I can't remember if he had played a primetime game, which was at night, which was on a Sunday night, or if it was on a Monday night. I can't remember which one, but
no, definitely wasn't.
Yeah, okay, so it was definitely on a Sunday, because I think what happened was he had played a night game on Sunday, and you had to go and play on Thursday, so that makes an even shorter time for you to prepare and whatnot. If you're playing in the daytime, like 1:00 p.m., you still have the rest of the day to heal up, get ready for Thursday. But if you're playing Sunday night, I think that's what he was complaining about. When you do that to a team, that's messed up. That's messed up. But Thursday night has been happening, for quite a while now. So I don't really think there's a reason for you to complain anymore.
Who, me?
For anybody. I mean, it's here and it's not going anywhere.
No, but don't complain. Don't bitch about it, and then go turn around and take money from them for doing the same thing that you were bitching about. That's a phony, in my opinion.
Oh man. But I still think you saying selling his soul like that's mean
That's
spirit.
exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did.
Okay.
He ain't doing it for free.
No, I mean, no, he's not doing it for free. But I think he realized that regardless of how much he's going to complain, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah, that's fine, but don't take their money then. You can sit there and criticize and then be like, okay, well, it's not going to change, but don't take their money then. That's all I'm saying. But it is what it is.
Okay, so pretty much he's a phony twice. You don't respect him because of the Thursday night stuff, and now you
No,
don't respect him more.
Yeah, dude do a lot of talking, and yet he don't put the actions in to back up his talking. That's all I'm saying. People like that, I don't like people like that.
And so now you hate him, well, not hate him, but you don't like him even more because now he's joining Skip Bayless and Undisputed.
No, cause he says a lot of shit that he don't back up.
I hear you.
All right, so conspiracy agent said the conspiracy is real. He likes to trash talk so long it doesn't personally target him. You talking about Skip Bayless, and that's 100% true. 100% true. That's one of the main reasons why I don't like him.
Well, yeah, I know. Trust me, guys. Those of you who don't have Twitter, if you ever get one, like Hoovy, there was one time I had responded to one of Skip's takes, and then Hoovy replied under me and say, "Why the hell are you wasting your time replying to this clown?" Or something. He had said something that made me laugh, but it clearly annoyed you that you saw me. Because look, Skip Bayless had annoyed me a little bit when he was talking trash about LeBron, and you got annoyed that I had actually responded to him, and then so you had
if you can find the tweet, you can show me because I don't remember doing that. I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm just saying I just don't remember.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I can trash talk you, but you can't do it to me. No, to me, like the thing is that he acts so indignant when it happens to him. Like it's like as if he's not, as if like it's something that he's surprised by. You know what I'm saying? So no one said that Hoovy bestowed me with a winch. I have ascended into Mount Olympus. You're gonna have to explain that tweet to me, Nolan. You're gonna have to explain that to me.
Yeah, I don't understand one either. I can't help you.
You're gonna have to explain that to me because I like to help people ascend to greatness. So, all right. So my sister's in the chat. What's going on? Ruben says hi to her.
Appreciate you coming in again, Whitney. What's up?
All right. So Joe said that it's funny, even though Skip talks trash so much and doesn't like to admit when he was wrong, but he'll acknowledge when he was wrong sometimes. Something that Steve won't when you point him out.
Well, now once again, I'm going to say that in the chat, I had said that you corrected me with the whole sun not setting. It was every 6 months. So once again, that's me acknowledging that I was wrong and gave you credit. But no, we're going to ignore that.
Yeah. We're going to ignore that because there's something you said that I want to call you out on, but I don't feel like doing it right now. But we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk about it. I have some pictures to show you.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny that you say that, but you were completely mute in the chat. Why didn't you say? Why didn't you? If I was so wrong and you had pictures to show to display, why didn't you do that?
Because I was asleep.
Okay.
I wake up to all these messages. I wake up, I see all these messages. Dude, it took me a minute to get to the part that I responded to you. Yeah, you responded to me, and I was going to respond, but then the Discord kept getting new messages. You know what I'm saying? It was just impossible to respond. But I have to show you some pictures. We need to look at some pictures, my guy.
That's
Because there's some things that you said I don't know. I don't know. All right. I guess he's not dismissive of Sherman's talent for commentary. He also said not about the Sun, talking about being dismissive.
Okay, but at the same time, you said that I never acknowledged when I was wrong. That's still an acknowledgement that I was wrong and giving you credit about it. Something that you would never do. You just stay silent about it and then you just move on. You do the exact same thing. Now, here's the thing. What I will what I will also say, because going back to the something real quick, because I had said that in certain areas like Iceland, for example, I said the sun never sets, but it's only every 6 months that it actually never sets. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him credit for that. Now the part about being dismissive, all I told you was to get lost. That's all I did. And that is something that I have said to you, whether if it's in person, whether if it's on Twitter, or if you just insulted me and I say, just get lost. Like, that is something that I always do by default, the same way how you just call me an idiot for no reason, or even if you do have a reason, that's what you call me. So we do that to each other on a daily basis. Why is that a huge issue now of the whole dismissive part? Something I just tell you to get lost just to get lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a habit that the relationship that we have for each other, Jabonis. Like, you should know this.
Okay. Okay. I'm just getting the video ready. I'm just getting the video ready for the next topic. Okay. So, all right. So you guys done arguing? That's fine.
No, at the end of the day, look, he obviously gets annoyed. You obviously, gets annoyed, and Seifring, he said, he was done and whatnot. And look, at the end of the day, it's all fun and games. We could always debate, next time and whatnot. And I always said to myself, and regardless whether you like it or not, or if you agree with it or not, Hoovy, the arguments that you and I have, that we have on the podcast, a lot of people tend to enjoy. And I think that's what makes the the channel special, because we are actually being real. We're not making things up. We're not just doing stuff, just to do stuff. We have different beliefs. We have different views on things in life. And then by being real, it just makes the show that much more special. So I'm still going to be consistent with how I am, and I expect you to do the same for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, show your video.
I don't. This is not the video I want to show. Oh, shout out to Amber Wilson. She was on the left. Yeah, I'm still looking for the video. So, okay. I know Joe responded. You go ahead. You respond to him when you get a chance.
Nope, you're wrong. I didn't care about the Sun. I said you were dismissive. You told me get out of the convo. I don't belong. John said, no, I belong. I was always here. And you said, my bad. Okay, so I said, yeah, my bad, or by your request, fine, and whatever. Again, Javanis, I always tell you, to get lost. I could never figure out why were you so hurt by me claiming for you to get lost. Look. Once again, I'm gonna say this one more time. By default, you call me an idiot. You call me an effing idiot. You tell me to eat genitals. Like for some reason you just love telling me that. And all I tell you is get lost, because I don't want to curse. I don't want to call you names. So all I just say is get lost. And then in that chat, all I said was get lost. I mean, like that was it. So why,
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of
why
an organization that he's a part of. Let me say
you,
that
you gotta
again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never.
okay. Yeah, so you have to understand, Jabanis. It's like it's something that I do by default, the same way how you call me an idiot by default. You know what I'm saying? So why this time is any different than ever before? And he said, "No, I'm not done till he admits he dismissed me." Said he didn't, and then I showed receipts, and he never said anything, about it. Again, that's just me telling you, get lost just to get lost, because you never admit when you're wrong. This is proof. I had already proved that with the sun, but then you're gonna say, "Oh, that's not what I was talking about." But that's still admitting of me being wrong or partially wrong. Show me receipts of last time I called you a effing idiot. It's on Twitter. I don't feel like digging right now, going all the way back on Twitter. But you have said that plenty of occasions, and you have also have said to eat genitals. Are you going to say that you never said that either? You certainly did, sir. You love talking vulgar. You love using profanity. That's just how you are, and it is what it is. Still got love for you, sir. You still have time to repent, sir. Believe in Jesus Christ, by the way. Believe in Jesus Christ.
You finished?
I know you did it on purpose. Just because,
No,
I know,
I thought you were finished. So I'm trying to.
no. As soon as I said Jesus Christ, who's my Lord and Savior, you purposely wanted to push play because I went to the religion route, and because
No.
you decided to push play on James Harden because you did it twice. You did it twice.
I'm waiting for you to finish. I'm waiting for you to finish. Are you finished?
Yeah.
Repeat. No, go ahead. Repeat what you said to Joe.
I said, no, you're gonna push play. That's what you're going to do.
I'm
You're
not
gonna
pushing nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All I said was, yeah, you like to talk trash, have a dirty mouth. You need some soap, some pine saw. But at the end of the day, Jabanis, you still have time to believe on the Lord Jesus Christ. All you gotta do is just repent and believe in Him. He loves you. Just love Him back, sir. Just love Him back. Okay, now we can go. We can go.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of.
Bro, when I woke up, and this was the first thing I saw. This is the first thing I saw. And I was stunned because of the sheer gall of him saying this. Now, for those of you who don't know what's going on, he's in China doing a promotion or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he was asked a question because this past weekend, Daryl Morey, I guess it was reported that they were no longer looking for trade. They were no longer looking for trade partners for James Harden, and that they expect him to report to camp.
Yes.
Right. And this is what he's saying right now about Daryl Morey. Now, mind you, these guys, like Daryl Morey, is a James Harden guy. He got on OKC, right? He touted him up and down, saying he's the best player in the league and all the other stuff. It crazy, right?
Yeah.
So even when Daryl Morey moved on to Philadelphia, the main goal was to get him out of Houston, to get James out of Houston.
Mm-hmm.
But Philadelphia didn't have the packages at the time, so he went to Brooklyn. And then when that fell apart, Harden, after he cried his way out of Houston, he went to Brooklyn. He cried his way out of Brooklyn. Then he went to Philadelphia. Now he's gonna try to cry his way out of Philadelphia. But this is the most I've seen, because Harden, like he said something about when it came to Houston, saying that he felt like they just weren't able to win. That was tame compared to this. Now Let me replay the video because it's funny.
Yeah.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's.
Now he didn't just say it once. He said it twice, and he made sure he said it twice. He made sure that he wasn't misquoted, that it wasn't taken out of context. He wanted you to know exactly what he was saying.
He wanted to make sure that there was clarity.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to make sure that in the future he didn't need to clarify. He wanted. Go ahead.
Let me say it again. Let me say this again. And the reason why this is the case, and oh no, go ahead. Continue what you're gonna say.
Oh, yeah. He obviously wanted to clarify, and look, bro. Listen, man. Listen. James Harden. When it comes to selfishness, holy cow! Oh, I need to go back real quick because the reason why it ticked me off what he did in Houston. Not look, if you want to get traded, I completely understand. But the way that he did it not only ticked me off, but he did it in a way to where what Houston did for him is not the same what the Cavs had did for LeBron James earlier in his career, where they couldn't give him anybody. In Houston, they gave you the best talented possible. They gave you Dwight Howard, it didn't work out for you. They gave you Chris Paul, it didn't work out for you. They gave you freaking Russell Westbrook, it didn't work out for you. Like they gave you talent. You was with elite players, but it was you that they wanted that couldn't deliver. It was you that was inconsistent in the playoffs. Granted, you went to the Western Conference Finals. Clearly, that means that you did something previously. But when it was time for you to win, when KD wasn't healthy, you lost, and you couldn't deliver the goods. So at the end of the day, man, you had the best talented players around you, and you did nothing. You did nothing. And then you go to freaking the Nets. You complain about them. Now you went to Philadelphia. Once again, you playing with Embiid, who's also elite. Mind you, everyone, Embiid is also elite. And now you complaining about this again. Like, dude, like what do you want? What do you want? I love James Harden. I love the way he plays the game. He's a very phenomenal offensive player, and he could play good defense if he wants to, when he wants to. But dude, like enough already, man. Enough already. And I also want to say this. You know what? This is just me speculating. I honestly believe that a lot of these teams probably didn't really want James Harden at all, because they see all the hassle that teams went through in Houston. They see all the hassle that people went through with the Nets, and all this drama that's now causing, in Philadelphia. Like, who would want to bring that into their organization? Seriously, the guy purposely got fat so he could leave Houston. This dude left KD and Kyrie, and now he wants to leave Joel Embiid. Like, are you really taking basketball seriously? Do you truly want to play basketball if you are going to complain in every single team that you've been into within a year or two? Come on. Well, I have something else to say, but I want you to finish up.
Okay. No, well, the thing is, I was actually gonna go into why I think he's doing this.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So here's what happened. The beginning of last year, he opted out of his of the deal that he was on, and he signed I don't know if it was a 1-1 or something like that, but he signed a deal that was more team friendly, so that they can get players around them to win a championship. So I'm assuming I guess they use that money to sign like PJ Tucker,
Yes.
other players like that, right? Now, I think what happened was he was promised by Daryl Morey that after the end of that season that he was going to get paid. He was going to get compensated for sacrificing. And Daryl Morey was like, I don't know, because you didn't look that great in the fight in the playoffs. I don't know, and I think this is why. Okay, so and I think Harden either said, okay, well then trade me to. I guess one, obviously the rumors about Houston was rampant, so I do believe he wanted to go to Houston. But the thing is, I think the person who nixed that deal was Ime Udoka. I don't think Udoka wanted to coach James Harden.
You really think that's what the reason is?
Yeah, cause we talked about this with the Damian Lillard thing. When you always hear a player wants to go, like whenever you ever hear two teams, a player wanting to go to that team, and it's a rumor, and it's a rampant rumor, and it don't happen, yeah, something crazy happened. All year I was saying, oh, Harden wants to go back to Houston. Harden wants to go back to Houston, and he's not in Houston.
Yeah.
And then you hear about him wanting to go to the Clippers, and that didn't happen. So now Harden is now stuck in Philadelphia, and now he's making less money than what he was promised he was going to make this year. And that's why I think you see what he's doing right now.
How many years does he have in Philadelphia in his deal?
I think one more year.
After this year, just one more after this.
Yeah, no, I think this year is it.
Oh, this year is it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's the thing that I'm confused by. If he was his plan was to have a contract extension and stay with Philadelphia.
Yeah, as long as they paid him.
As long as they paid him, he wanted to stay in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So the whole thing with Houston, that was not true then.
No. I mean, the thing is that you always hear rumors about him wanting to go to Houston, but it's hard to say. I think if they offered him the money, I think he would have stayed in Philadelphia. But I do think that his first option was Houston. But
and then I'm going to speculate again. If that's the case, if I was Daryl Morey and I heard rumors that you truly wanted to go somewhere else and you wanted to go to Houston, I'm not paying you. Because that's I find that as betrayal. Because you asking me for all this extra amount of money, but then I also hear. So let me tell you something, Hubi. If the average Joe like you and I are hearing this, and other people are hearing this, obviously they're
absolutely hearing that.
So why in the world should he expect to pay you all this extra money when he's hearing rumors that you want to leave?
Yeah.
I think that's why Daryl Morey didn't want to pay him. I don't necessarily think it was the performance. Well, it both could be true. That could be true too. Yeah. But I also think the rumors of him wanting to go to Houston also persuaded Daryl Morey not to give him any money.
You know what? That's not a bad because like you said before, if we heard about Houston, he heard about Houston.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just that now this situation of him now, pretty much calling him out by name. It's pretty crazy, man. And trust me, you mentioned it in before. If Harden doesn't, trust me, we know that Harden doesn't have to play hard. We know that he can play. He can play half-assed. We've seen it. We saw it in Houston. We saw it in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if they keep him and he plays, he's gonna do it in Philadelphia. He's gonna absolutely do it in Philadelphia.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, again, you can't. I understand that maybe you guys did a handshake. He kept the promise or some pact that the two of you, whatever agreement that the two of you had. I understand that, but I'm telling you, man, you want millions of dollars. He wants to sign you this check, and then he hears rumors that you wanted to leave. Nah, but he's gonna rip that check apart and say, oh look, you wanted to leave. You wanted to leave me. Well, then I'm not gonna give you any money. I'm not gonna give you any money. If you really want to leave that bad and go back to Houston, that's an insult to me. That's an insult to me. I'm not gonna give you any money. Show what you could do in this season. Get ready for this season. Get ready for training camp, and then maybe we could go on and talk about an extension. But I'm telling you this. James Harden probably knows something that we don't know. He knows that his talent and his prime time is continuing to wane, and the value, the money is going to be even less if he's not going to be able to produce this year. And I think he knows that.
That's true. That's 100% true. I agree with that.
So
I agree with that.
So he knows he's on a time limit. Time is ticking, my friend. Time is ticking, and you don't have enough time left to get a nice big chunk contract like these other players have been getting. Like Chris Paul, for example, like all the great contracts he has been getting, even though he was older. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen to you, buddy. Especially now that you betrayed Daryl Morey. Nah, bro. Nah. It's not happening.
I don't know, man. Like I just find this whole situation to be just I find it to be funny. You know, obviously I find it funny. And the only other thing that I have to ask is how does Joel Embiid feel about this?
You know, I didn't think about that. Oh,
what does he feel? How does he feel about this? Because to me, I personally think that if you're Joel Embiid and you see this happening, and I'm like, bro, this organization just can't win. They can't win.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, if you're Joel Embiid, how long can you you know how long can you stay there? How long can you stay there? Because at the end of the day, like they're not winning, bro. They're not. If Harden's not there, whether he's there and he whether he's there and not happy or he's not there, they're not going to be better. They're going to be bad. They're not bad, but they're not going to be good. With just Joel Embiid, they're not going to be good.
Oh yeah, if it's just Joel Embiid, they're going to be 7th, 8th seed at best.
Exactly.
If it's just him, they're not going anywhere. They're not.
And
that's
not what Joel Embiid wants.
Right.
So,
and what, dude? I would be pissed off if I was Joel Embiid, because look, you already had issues with freaking Ben Simmons. You already had issues with him, and now you're having issues with James Harden. And I think what makes this whole matters worse is this is happening to you playing with elite players. Now, a lot of people considered, at least at the time, that Ben Simmons was an elite player until now. Mm-hmm. And obviously, James Harden is considered as an elite player, and elite players is causing drama. Like, dude, if I'm Joel Embiid, like if Harden, continues to bring drama into the organization, anything remotely similar to Ben Simmons, I won't be surprised if he asks for a trade. Because I can't like you can't deal with this year after year after year.
Yeah.
Like you eventually he's gonna say, I need to start fresh. I need to go to a new organization. So, bro, whatever relationship or animosity that Daryl and James Harden, you need to get it fixed before the season starts. You need to get it fixed immediately. But
and listen, Harden, he comes off as somebody who wants his money. He comes off as somebody who wants his money. So unless they pay him or give him a contract, so whatever it is, like it ain't gonna get fixed.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna get fixed, man. So
Now, real quick, one question I'm wanting to ask you. Now, based on, let me see, based on these stats right here.
oh, yeah, let me pop it in.
Yeah. So based on these stats right here.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. 44% shooting, 21 points, 10.7 assists. I think at the time he was like number one on assists.
He played well this year. He's not.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Like he's still very good. He's not the guy he was a couple years ago. He's not MVP James Harden. He's not.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still very, very productive. But
Absolutely.
you have to ask yourself the injury history, because as you get older, that gets worse. And you have to ask, like, is he committed to your team? Because again, if he's unhappy, then you've seen almost everywhere he's been, like
Yes.
he's gonna cause issues and ask for a trade.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's just gonna call issues and ask for a trade. And that's not something that I would sign up for.
Right. And once again, like I hate to say this again, but he's been doing this, causing all this drama when he had talent.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the situation where when Russell Westbrook was in OKC by himself. Now this is like as soon as KD had left, this is not the situation, with Russell Westbrook where he didn't have anybody else. This is not the situation when LeBron James was with the Cavs. He didn't have anybody else. James Harden had help. He had, great players around him, and he still couldn't win. And if you're going to cause drama where you have elite players next to you, I mean, that's just an indication that you truly don't care about winning. You only care about your individual numbers and your money. But I honestly don't. I think at this point you truly don't care about winning. Like who in the world I don't know anybody else that had this amount of talent surrounded by him for all these years, including since the beginning in OKC. Now, granted, there was no drama in OKC, but I can't recall anybody who has gone to different teams and every single team that he had went to had an elite player side by side. I don't know anyone else that had that type of situation, that type of luxury. Like I don't know. If you could think of one, that's fine, but it's not really that important. But if you're going to cause drama when you had great talent around you, you don't care about winning, man. I'm sorry, you don't. And although these numbers are fantastic, especially now that he's getting older, these numbers are great. You should have never said anything about going to Houston. You should have stayed. You should have kept your mouth shut. And then even if Daryl Morey was not going to give you the contract anyway, just do your best and try to produce this year. But I think you're right. I think he's just going to cause more drama. He's probably going to try to get fat again. He's going to eat his pancakes and his marshmallows and his French fries, and he's just going to get out of shape. And they're probably going to have to trade him if he does the same theatrics like he has done in recent past.
And like I said before, like if you're Daryl Morey, you're in a tough spot because you obviously hit your wagon to this guy. And if you made him a promise that you were going to pay him money, regardless of what the rumors are, right? Because obviously rumors are rumors, right? But if you made him a promise and you go back on it, that's only going to look bad on you at the end of the day. Because I know Morey's not going to go out there and explain what happened, right? Like he's not going to do that. He's not going to do what James Harden just did. So like,
oh, trust me. I could assure you, reporters are going to Daryl Morey right now and wants to know what's going on between you and James Harden. I guarantee you, people are asking him.
Yeah.
People are asking him, and I'm pretty sure he's getting annoyed right now. He saw that video. The video that you just showed, I guarantee he saw it already. He's seen it.
That's crazy, man. That's just crazy. But anyways, on that note, we can probably end it. Let me read some comments.
Yeah,
Let me
then
read a
we
couple. Yeah. Let me see. All right, so yeah, Moses said that Harden's is always on some BS.
thank you for skipping. Thank you for skipping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I heard you chuckle, but thank you anyway.
All right, so all right, so Malta, thank you for watching, bro. Like I know you gotta go. Thank you guys for watching. All right, so on that note, let's get out of here because I'm hungry, man. I gotta eat.
Well, he said that. Wait, hold on. That's right. Who we always Harden always on some.
Yeah.
On
On
some
some
yeah,
BS.
he's always on some BS, and I agree with you, Hoovy, that look, a promise is a promise, and I understand that. Look, if somebody had promised me millions of dollars, I know I would get upset too. But make sure your hands are clean. Make sure you have. Go ahead.
To me, it's just that he done this the last 3 stops. That's what he's done. He's always made a mess of him leaving.
Yeah.
In Houston, in Brooklyn, and now in Philadelphia. Like at some point, bro, like yeah, he might have gotten screwed over. But bro, you already threw your trump card 3 times already. He already used it 3 times. Like you, bro, you've gone way too far on this.
Yeah. And you do this 3 times. I honestly think that a lot of teams probably don't want to deal with the hassle with James Harden anymore, especially now that he's not in his prime anymore. They don't want to deal with this.
Exactly.
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want
No,
to.
I wouldn't want to deal with it either. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. And I wouldn't deal with this with any player, let alone him.
Oh yeah, we know how much the dislike you have for James Harden with the way he.
Yeah.
We know how much you hate James Harden. Go ahead.
Yeah, but bro, and also one more thing I wanted to add before we go. I do want to know when is Adam Silver going to send a memo to James Harden and his people?
Oh, I wanted to say something like that too. Oh, snap! Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the memo for that?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, one guy for the first time in his career decided, okay, I'm going to use my superstar power to ask for a trade. He gets sent a memo. This guy done this 3 times now in 2 years, and where's the memo?
Where's the memo, Adam Silver? Where's the memo at? Where's the memo? Where's all the complaints from all the other owners? No complaints. You guys are quiet. You guys are just sitting down, eating your sandwiches, and just saying, "Oh, James Harden. That's just James Harden." But when Damian Lillard did it, oh no, this dude broke the rules. Oh, how could he do that? Oh, he shouldn't be able to just pick his destination. Oh, you want a contract? Oh, but as soon as James Harden did it, like you said, multiple times now, in each team he has gone to, I want to trade. Oh, I don't want to be here anymore. I can't stand this player anymore. This person's a goofball. No, I want to leave. Silence from the end. Complete silence.
3 times in 2 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get out of here. 'Cause I am hungry. So, like I said, Malta, thank you for watching. Joe, thank you for watching. Let me see. You're not gonna tell him to get lost, will you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Tell you to get lost?
No, tell Joe to get lost.
No. He's fine. He's fine.
All right, Whitney, thank you for watching. Ruben, thank you for watching. Nolan, Conspiracy Agent, thank you guys for watching. Joshua, thank you for watching. I think that's it.
Yeah.
David, thank you for watching, David. So,
that's right.
Yeah, so I just want to say this off rip. Thank you guys for supporting us, supporting the channel, supporting our Discord. Like I said, I think we're kind of like ascending to the next level. So with everything like that, and shout out to Steve for making the editing stuff, and I'm telling you, man. Once I get my equipment in order, like we're gonna see some major changes. So
Oh,
on
that's
that note, So on that note, this is who we 186. I'll talk to you guys later. Steve, any last words?
Yeah. So I just want to piggyback one last time. We appreciate for all the support and those of you that was watching us, the newcomers. I mean, 1,000 views is fantastic. Seeing 700, seeing 600. I know that's very, very small to a lot of people who already succeed in getting hundreds of thousands of subscribers and views. But look, we're on the come up. We're new. I know things took a lot of time, but at the end of the day, we are going to continue to make more content. We are going to continue to support each other, and we appreciate your support. So God bless you all. I really appreciate this. It means a lot to us. Definitely gonna look forward to next week's on podcast. And we promise we are gonna work on the Tekken tier list. We need to get that out of the way, especially with the new game that's gonna be coming out. We have to have the Tekken tier list. So we are making plans with that. I'm gonna get in contact with Soul. With all that being said, thank you guys. God bless you all. This is the traditionalist 101 signing out. And have a good one.
All right, bye, you guys. Let me play the intro
Are you
again.
gonna play the whole thing this time?
Yeah. All right, bye, you guys.